Boy. Do not be sorry. Be better. Boy. You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. Boy. Do not be sorry. Be better.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. Do not be sorry. Better. Boy. 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 You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. Do not be sorry. Be better. Boy.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud and
and second us too. New games are coming back. 12 minutes and 80s, and they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are like a Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skyrim 2, Ground, Shroom, and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
One of the things I really love about being here. Ow!
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Yo, grinders! What's up, everybody? How you doing? Man, oh man, what a week. I feel like it's been forever since I've been on the show, man. This show, I feel like it's forever. From 94 to episode 95 felt like eons because I was sick. And holidays and everything. And I just want to hope everybody had in the U.S. Happy Thanksgiving there. And everybody had a great weekend. Around the world. But no, I'm not licking up, Nick. No. I am drinking iced tea. And it is a regular iced tea, not the Long Island's that you come to know me for. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm just like, dude, I'm just taking liquids, and that's about it. So there's a lot going on. And, I was like, let me just start this up a little earlier, getting some things going, because I've been wanting to go, man. I wanted to go. You saw my tweet. I wanted to go earlier over the weekend, but I couldn't. I couldn't even talk, man. My voice, I was like, I was congested. Everybody was sick. I made my own turkey. It felt like forever. And I'll come back to work with all the craziness going on now for the next 2 weeks before I'm out. And then get ready for the end of the year. I'm gonna be off like mid-December. I'm gonna be doing a lot of shows. We're gonna have some chats. So keep it locked here. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to have some chats because I'll have some time, some free time because I'm going on vacation, baby. So I'll be definitely doing some more shows that way because I want to get some more out. But shout out to everybody coming on in. Compost Smurf, 8K Dual Sensible. How you doing? Toolman, the tools. He says I'm ready. 3-hour podcast. Oh, man. I don't know. If my voice could take it. And I know we got the special J-Dub City is coming back. So he gave me the thumbs up. So he should be coming in a little bit. And, we'll see what's going on. Frogs, I hope he had a good Thanksgiving. He should be coming on, too. If he doesn't, I know it's busy times for everybody. So, but definitely had some things to talk about on this show. But shout out to everybody coming on in. Who else have we had? Yeah, boy. Kareem Shivers. How you doing, Nick? How you doing, Grinders? Febreze, he says I'm early. Thank you, Febrizzle. The Claymores, new VIP. How you doing? Welcome to the VIP Grindhouse. You're partying with Herman Holtz at the Quality Splits. Yes, I know. I did some intros there for the big topic number 2. We got to do it for big God of War, man. And gaming Thanksgiving, that wasn't too much for me. I played some God of War. But yeah, gaming and what I picked up Black Friday, man, not too much. You saw my tweet, man. That tweet went wild, dude. I can't believe that stuff. Oh my God. I'll show the tweet. But first, talking about the Claymores being a brand new VIP, we just added him to the VIP club. And what do I hear? Uh-oh. Man. Herman! VIP grinders, what's up? Claymore's on the VIP list. Yeah, boy. Shout out to all the VIP grinders on here on MA. I'm going to be coughing, oh my goodness. Shout out to everybody on here. We got them all, baby. Thank you, VIPs. There they are, Herman Holt splits. You played quality. You played God of War. You know what the hell I'm talking about. It's split time, boy. Herman Holtz, Phil, keep your. There are more Xbox accessories I didn't even know they make anymore. I can't put them outside the VR. There's more dirt outside of the grindhouse every friggin' week. There are more and more Xbox products and not games. I can't fit any more stuff back there with Booster, the refrigerator, Philness, the donuts, Bootleg Joel. I can't. There's no more room. Craig 2.0, guys crying, can't get games. I can't put any more stuff back there. But thank you to all the VIP grinders. Thank you. We did a great grind staving for everybody. You know, like, what am I talking about? Come on. Listen, you subscribe here. Do you think I'm talking crazy? I can't find. I'm in shock. Talking about what stuff? What? Did somebody say what stuff? This. Listen, this is not a jacket for your dick and balls. Actually, it would probably be a good product if it was. With the cold weather coming on for shrinkage. This is not that. I know that's where you all thinking. It's got to be a hoodie for dick and balls. No, it's not. That would make sense. That would make sense. But it's not. What is this thing? Definitely looks like a hoodie for some dick and balls. What can this be? It has a zipper. Now that's a little cautious for a hoodie for dick and balls. I don't know. Who makes this stuff? Who make DDP? What's up? Who does this for? I was like, Phil, you've gone too far. I know you like to keep your Philness in check, but please, what is this? Well, I said there's no more products. They got the refrigerator, the donuts, the remastered refrigerator. This is not Photoshop. This is not. If we had Phil's love sack, exactly. Last week we had Phil's love sack. That was $1,300 for a big bowl thing filled with foam. What can this be? I'm like, why? This is a Photoshop? No, it has a. It's gotta be a hoodie for some dick and balls. No, it's not. It is actually a friggin'. Excuse me, oh man, I didn't mean to cough in the goddamn microphone. Holy crap! Whew. Sorry about that. I got a little excited here. It is. Get ready. Where's my thing? Where's my we need JW got to get in here sooner than later. He got to see some of this stuff. Here's the big reveal. You ready? You ready for the big reveal? You ready? What it is? Where's the? Get ready. He's at the door. Here it is. It is an Xbox Mini controller hoodie for $25 on the Xbox Gear shop. Damn, I got sugar in the thing. Here's some iced tea. Sugar in the bottom. It's a one-size-fits-all. There it is. This is what they're making. This would be cute if you had about maybe 20 games or something coming out. This is an actual product on Xbox Gear Shop. This, like I said, I don't. They give me coupons from Honey. Honey, like
Booty.
this. Who this for? I don't know who this is for. Like I said, a hoodie for some dick and balls. Maybe that could go for a sale on the holiday. It's a mini controller hoodie. It rates its. This is.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Games to our platform,
Oh.
because in the end, I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't
yeah.
play the studios.
That
They
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
Do you now? Do you now? I thought so. There you go. Welcome back, everybody. We're on the other side of Thanksgiving. And new shit comes out every day. This is it. Microsoft has created mini hoodies for the Xbox controller. It's funny. When I see people laugh at this stuff, like Microsoft people that cover this stuff, when I see this, I just go, I listen to this. Where's the funny? When they say that's as funny, where's my cue for this one? Where would such a thing be? Where is it? I don't think so.
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
Oh, that's about right.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh.
Like this is
What
funny.
do you mean funny?
This is
Funny
funny.
how? How am I funny?
This is what you want them to be doing. I tell you, I can't. Twisted Sync 6-month VIP grinder. This company has their head up their bum. Yes. Well, actually, you know what? I'll add them. I'll just put it here. Twisted Sync member for 6 months. Super chat this. This company has their head up there. There you go. With sound effects for effect. Thank you so much, Twisted Sync, for being a VIP member and partying in the Quality Clubhouse and the Grindhouse there. And to go away with this, that wasn't even on the topic list, but I saw it and I just go, guys, we need enough. Like, enough of this. Oh, goodness gracious. So, hold on. Let me double check something here. Make sure. Oh, there we go. J-Dub will be jumping on shortly. All right. I'll see if he knows what that is for. We'll test to see if he knows. So, let's go into the first topic here, gaming Thanksgiving. As you know, I wasn't feeling too 100% going on here. And but I did play some God of War. And I gotta say, I got 2 gaming setups, right? Well, I got actually 3, but my son plays on the other one. So I got the theater with the 1080 with the 4K projector, 60 frames per second. That thing set up. And then I also have the Sony A80J 120 hertz 65-inch OLED. So I've been playing God of War on both of them and been playing some more upstairs, like on the OLED, because I wanted to see that. Playing in quality mode with high frame rate. And got in a few more hours in there. Now I'm about 12 hours in now. Yeah, I'm recovering now. I still have some cough, so I might cough off the thing. But yeah, I'm better now. I caught the Philness. No, I caught the kidness. That's what I got. The kids got me. The kids. They got me. And everybody was sick. The whole family. And so basically, playing it on OLED, right? And they poisoned my chicken. They poisoned the chicken. They gave me some of that some Game Pass juice in there. So, and by the way, my Game Pass expired. I had it for a month. Played Plague's Tale with it. Got about halfway through Plague's Tale Requiem, and they said, we are gonna cancel you. You better join up. And I'm just like, and they're like, we got you. We got Scorn in here. oh man, we got Scorn. We got that Vampire Chronicles. And I'm like, nope. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Plague Tale's kind of feeling samey and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? No, I didn't use the Halo cookbook. And yeah, so my Game Pass lapsed. I'm not paying again. Like I'm not paying another 10 for it. You know, I'm telling you, man, there is nothing, man. If I could, like, I know I always talk about Game Pass and PS Plus and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I like being subscribed to Game Pass for a month on PC. Where the hell is it? Do I have it here? First off, the downloading sucks. Like, it sucks bad. It's so bad. Like, it doesn't update and all this other stuff. Performance and reliability. They keep doing that. Where is it? Is this it? Let me see. Damn, what the hell is my mouse here? So, like, to resubscribe, because it expired right at Thanksgiving time. So, yeah, these are games that play. Oh my god, Bleeding Edge. Yeah. Like, here it is, right? And then let's see. I really, this is not part of the things, but I wanted to see something. See if I have it here. Oh, and by the way, we'll get into damn, they don't have a nice picture of it. They just have just a list. Ah, damn it. Yeah, they just have a list. But here, just to kind of show you, like, this is what I had, right? And I'll show you so, like, this is the Game Pass, right, on PC. Like, look, like, all the PC games in here, like, look what they got, man. It's like, ugh. Like, Plague Tale's great. Like, that's what I had. Like, the way, all the old Age of Empires, Alice from EA Play. Like, anything stand out? All these old-ass Battlefields. It's just old-ass Battletoads. This is they added that to PlayStation. I saw that. I played that, a little bit of that. That's not bad. It looks pretty damn good. It has ray tracing in it. Corvus. What? Corvus. But, like, we're already in the D's, dude. Like, we're already in D's. And here we go. Like, the old Dead Spaces, but that's not remastered. Death Stranding and Deathloop. Okay, Death's Door. Like, anything stand out? Like, just a bunch of old-ass games, dude. Like, we're in D right now. The D! Hey, what's up, Link? How you doing? I'm just going down the PC Game Pass, like, you know, because it just expired on me, and I'm just looking at it. PC Game Pass, dude. It is like, nothing stands out. It's all old stuff. Like, I'm by F's now. Here's the Forza Horizons. Like, it's just so, like, I'm just going down. It wasn't even on topic list, but I'm just like, just scrolling down, see if anything stands out there. By Grounded. Here's all the old-ass Halos. Look at all this Halo stuff. My God, they got Halo Anniversary, Halo Spot and Strike. These are mobile games. Here's Hellblade. Like, we're in... Whew, like, really? There's really nothing that's standing out here. Old Mass Effect. Like, all old-ass games. And these are not, like, remasters of old games. Oh, hold on. Like, they couldn't hear you. There you go. He wasn't saying too much anyway. I was just letting him know that I was scrolling down here just to finish this thought here. But, like, yeah, so, like here's Pentiment. Pentiment. Game of the year. Psychonauts, dude, like, we're in PS's, like, really? Like, let me show you. So, like, you go here, then you look at PlayStation Plus, right? Like, there you go. Here's your old Yakuza. There's a lot of old games. It's like Netflix of 2026. Yeah, I know. 2006, I mean, not 2026. But, like, yeah, right? And then you look at, like, here's PlayStation. There, look at here are the games in PlayStation Plus, right? Here's GTA. They got Control. All the those Ubisoft games. What? Yeah, Control, Ubisoft games. Like they got, and then here, like here's your A's, right? They got all the Assassin's Creeds. Well, that's old, I guess, right? Then you got the B's. Let's see, we got Bloodborne in there. Batman Arkham Knights. Let's see. Now, I know these are console ones. There's Chorus, Celeste, Assis. Let's see. His Days Gone. Dead or Alive Last Round. Like, I didn't see any big fighters in that one either. And that's PC Game Pass. So I'm just letting you know. Like, but like, I don't know. Like, I always feel like there's so much more in this thing. Everybody's Golf. Like, you got a lot of games from Sony in here. Obviously, Earth Defense Forces, they just added those. Look at all these Final Fantasy games. Like, they got some old-ass games. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Definitive Edition. Let's see what else they got in here. Right, H's. I wish they had some
number
visual.
one customer.
Infamous Second Son, Infamous Second Light, Infinite Mini Golf, Injustice 2. They even have Injustice 2 in there. All the Kingdom Hearts they just added. These are some good old games. What the hell? Yeah, I wish they had some better Saints Row here. The Dark Pictures Anthology, like all those. Like, yeah, a lot of the things like in here missing. Like, you got the Wolfensteins. Did it have any fighting games in this? The Gunk. Like, I'll just point out some of those games, but like, look at this stuff. There's nothing that stands out. Again, it's the games. It's really nothing. It's just weird, but I'm not subscribing back up for this thing. But I'll just going through like the Game Pass PC stuff, and if I was going to stay subscribed to it, and it went over. It's if not a very, for a service that's promoted as much as it is, you would think it would have a couple a little more relevant games and stuff. Like, there really is just, it has Super Pets. I guess that's new. Crackdown 3, like, and that's the thing. Like, it's not like their first party really holds it down. But yeah, so I didn't subscribe. It does, right? Like, the library, it is what it is. And that's why when you make great games, like when you make those great games, right? Those great games are going to carry your service. So like when I'm going over the Sony one, the great games, you're like, whoa, wait a second, Bloodborne's in there. Whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what is it? Infamous Second Son. Whoa. When you look, Microsoft's Crackdown 3. It's like, ugh, no, not really. Like, that don't really. So that's what I mean. Like, when
You're
the
my
games
number
don't
one customer.
do well, like Crackdown 3 and stuff like that, when a game does well, it has more weight to carry in a subscription service eventually down the line. So that's why a great game has value, even future sense. When you get now, you're able to put all those games in their PlayStation Plus, their premium and extra. You're able to put Days Gone. You're able to put in there Ratchet and Clank. You're able to put, and when Ratchet and Clank goes in there, Returnal. You're able to put Returnal in there. You're able to put the God of Wars. You're able to put the Last of Us's. You're able to do that stuff to give it leverage, which they're not in there. But I'm just saying when they get there. So it's just something, it's something just to keep. It's just something I noticed. I was just like, it is what it is. But I just think, like, for all the pushing they did for Game Pass, like, it's just like, I'm just telling you, like, it really did not hold any weight this year. It really was sad state of affairs for Microsoft in general. I won't talk about that, on that stuff. But hey, Link, what did you do for Thanksgiving? Did you play anything? Did you pick anything up for Black Friday?
Nah, I didn't pick anything up. Just was finishing up a bunch of side stuff on God of War, man. Just finishing up side missions, upgrading all my weapons, armor, and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. See, that's what I want to get these super chats in a second. But yeah, like that's why I got diverted because I was talking about my Game Pass lapsing. But like I got to play on my two different setups, and God of War, I tell you, they're and not to spoil anything, but with the Land of the Giants, Jotunheim and stuff. The way they did
Yeah.
that when you went back there, my God, the visual. I played that yesterday. I can't believe the environments. Like, because after a while, when you're playing in the snow, then they take you to these new environments, these new realms, and it's not snowing, and it's like normal temperature. It's hot, it's fall, or it's like this, and the colors are just incredible. And just thinking like the environment changes, and just the unique enemies to each of the areas, and then, you know, spoiler territory or whatever like that. You play as multiple characters, multiple pairs, and things like that, which adds a dynamic to the game, which is freaking awesome. And you know, that one girl that was in the video, what's her name? Atro, I forgot her name. From the Giants.
Agraboda.
That's what it is. I know she Agraboda. Yo, she has when she's throwing those colored dust things, like as her ability and stuff, she's throwing these. Dude, there's like poofs of all this different color, like from India when they do the celebration with the colors. Dude, it's incredible. The flashing, the colors. I couldn't. It was just a music to the eyeballs. Agraboda, thank you. Yes, I'm not that far. I know I'm not that far. 12 hours in. That's what it says. But I tell you, it is. I couldn't believe like just the way they have the combat down and the way you're playing the game. It's incredible. I'm not doing spoilers. That's why I'm trying to be very careful how I'm saying it. But I just want to just describe the visuals, the visual eye candy on how the combat with the lighting and the effects that are going on when you're parrying, when you're using your different abilities and things like that. It is absolutely amazing how that looks on the screen. Like, it looks incredible. It's fluent. It looks smooth as hell. And it just looks so, like, immerses you so much with the sound, but also with the visuals of like just the sparks and when you like slow down and you parry somebody and you're just like, pew, and then you throw your thing and he's like, and it's incredible. Like all this stuff. I'm taking my time too, because I'm waiting for that photo mode. That's pissing me off so much. I hate taking all those stupid lame pictures of just behind the back and just a regular kind of standing there and not able to zoom in and blur the background and stuff. Man, I want that photo mode. This game needs it so bad. Like, where's the update? I was hoping that they had it after Thanksgiving. Hopefully they do it before Christmas. They give us a photo mode, because that's why I'm really taking my time. I'm playing Call of Duty instead. Like, I'm trying to take my time with God of War, because I want to play and take some screenshots, because the game is absolutely. There's times I'm just like, oh, just stop looking stuff. I'm like, oh my God, look at that in the background. Look at this. Incredible. The textures. The game looks incredible. The story is insane. I'm loving it so far. I know there's a lot of twists and turns, but like the dynamic between Atreus and his dad definitely is so much mature. It's such a different way of communication. Like him growing up with a teen, somebody who wants to discover themselves and be who they want to be, but then hesitant as to what the results are going to be. A much more mature relationship rather than, hey, Dad, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And he's like, no, and just being like it's just you. And the Link, the facial animations of Kratos are absolutely insane. You actually see worry and concern on his face when it's pretty jarring, because you see this stuff on his face. And actually, here I have the and again, I don't think this is the spoilers of like, you know, just to show. You know, this was the picture I took from my OLED. This is off camera. This is from my camera, sitting in the chair, taking a picture of it. Like, dude, that's the game.
You're my number one customer.
That's the game. That's the game there. Like, absolutely incredible. But the emotion on Kratos' face, and he's old and wrinkled, you could see.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the emotion the characters show on their faces, the man, it's so much. It's a lot. Well, it was good in 2018, but it definitely took a step up when it comes to like Freya. Her character model looks.
Oh my God, you could like see her. Characters, again, confused and just like fighting with her feelings and stuff. Just in the face.
when characters are crying or anything, like it's just showing like the emotion is there. It looks so lifelike.
It's incredible.
You know,
It
and
absolutely.
you get more from Kratos in this game than you did. His range of emotions, you get a little bit more out of Kratos in this game than you did in the previous installment.
Yep, exactly.
So,
you do. Like you see him like look worried. You see him have confusion and be fearful. Like you see him be weak in his emotions. Like he has other emotions rather than just being this stern general going, boy, like just being mean and stuff. He like there was one part where he grabs him on the shoulders and is like, I just want to protect you. And like I was like, holy, like Kratos looked like he was gonna cry. Like he looked like he was. I'm like, oh my god, the guy's like breaking down. I'm like, it makes you feel weird because I'm like, you don't see him like that, and the way his face was, the emotion, it was just like you could sense that he's panicked, he's worried, he doesn't want to lose his son. Incredible, 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 incredible. I'm telling you, this is what they do. And I believe they've been doing this, Naughty Dog and stuff. The animation, story, music, sound, that stuff pulls you in to care about this person, care about them. They're not real, but they make you feel like they're real. Just like if you get pulled into a really great movie that you think that they're living in that movie theater and they're living in that screen, you care about them. So when you're doing things, when a scene comes and when you hear side stories, you hear them communicating, you want to listen because you're invested in the character. That's what good direction, management, storytelling, graphics, like that's when it all comes together to make you care and be invested into really caring what happens, not just running through a level. You know,
and Jez, it's not just Kratos and Atreus and Freya. It's some more of the side characters that have a in-depth story arcs and stuff. And as you finish the game, you'll see that you gain an emotional attachment to the side characters as well, not just the main characters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let me get to these super chats here before they go away. Gaming Despair, what's up? $5. He goes, I hate when people tell me Game Pass is a better value than PlayStation Premium. I just decided to ignore them weirdos. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying. Like, Sony flipped the script this year with the that PlayStation Plus readjustment, that if it wasn't for this Activision Xbox thing going on, Microsoft, I don't care about this Activision. I think that's going to be an excuse, like COVID was an excuse for all their shit games. I think they are now looking like the underdog. They are looking like the service is just antiquated. Their service structure is so antiquated, they need a refresh. Xbox Live is like the goddamn corner-ass bin at Walmart in the back with no lights. You know, games with gold. Like nobody, that's the back of the store that nobody goes to. Has like open ass battery cases, like clearance shit that fell on the floor. They have like flickering lights in the back of the room, in the back of the area where they don't replace the light bulbs. That's what the goddamn Game Pass. That's what Xbox Gold turned into. It's like that part of Walmart that nobody goes to. And Sony flipped the script and was like, "Hey, here's PlayStation Plus." I said when Microsoft's on borrowed time, they gotta be hitting stuff out of the park. Even when they launched the Xbox Series X, like this had to fly off the shelves with great games, boom, because they had such a shit end of last year, of the last generation. They needed a hit, and they had to be hitting on all cylinders, doing everything right. And all they've done is tripped over themselves. No games, delayed games, Halo launches with issues a year later, they can't fix it. They're still trying to figure it out. And the blips are even smaller and smaller. Dude, it's really gold is a haunted closet. It's like, dude, it is. And then their Game Pass, where's their big third-party games? We've seen, what people have said. I got some quotes here too. Like, where is that stuff? And when you see what PlayStation did with PlayStation Plus this year, made the $60 one with incredible games. You get 2 a month. Then that the premium one, what the hell is that? Extra, whatever the hell it is. Then the high end one though with the old games, that's something that they need. They botched that one right now. They need some classic games in there, some real classic games. They sold everybody on the PlayStation 1, 2, and PSP games, and they've been very sparingly putting those out and been using the PlayStation 3 streamed classic games and calling them classics, which I think that's some bull. That was from PlayStation Now games. They're taking PlayStation 3 games that will used to be in PlayStation Now and putting them in as classics in there. The trials are pretty cool. They've been keep pumping out trials. But yeah, I just feel that they got it locked. And a reminder, and remind myself, tonight, renew any tier for PlayStation Plus. It's 25% off. Here's the sales pitch. And it stacks to whatever you had it. So mine is good until October of next year. If you renew it, you'll get 25% off for $8. And I went through the prices last week. $89 for the $120 tier. Yo, it's the price of a friggin' game to lock you in for another year of that stuff. And hopefully they get the classic stuff sorted out. And also you get a couple more games in there. But hey, I told you, with the yearly discount, I went over it last week, so I'm not going to do it again, but they have a yearly discount to take it from $220 to $120, and then now it's on sale for $89. Boom. Tonight's the last night. Do it. I will be doing that, just to stack. And then I saw it stack, so it goes now to 2024. So, like, if you add it, you buy it now, it adds it to the end of whatever your subscription is. So, to let you know about that. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, Akeem wraps it up here with the $5. He goes here, with all the hype Game Pass gets, why doesn't GameFly get even more hype? That's a rental service for every platform. For real, though, Xbox needs a game. They do. They do. The reason why, Akeem, is because Xbox went so hard on Game Pass as being a game or platform itself without having games to say the service should be something worth considering. And people latched onto it because it was the only thing that Xbox had going for it. It had no games. The studios weren't weren't updating games. They already said, like, there's going to be some breakdowns and stuff for spoken gameplay. Sony's already hyping up the next game. This is what they do. They hyped up, you know, what we got, Horizon. They hyped up GT7. Then they went a little quiet. They hyped up some indie games with Stray, some gameplay. And now they went all in on God of War marketing. And now that that's done, they're going to ramp up for spoken. And then they're going to do their VR, PSVR 2, which, by the way, I didn't get an email. God damn it. Where's my email? But they're going to do that. And they just keep going. Rolling the ball.
I got my email, Jazz. I got
you
my
can win.
Yeah.
Today?
No, whenever they sent them out. A week or so ago, whenever they did it. Yeah, I got mine.
What the hell?
Sure did. I pre-ordered the Horizon bundle.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to do. I've been checking my spam. Mm-hmm. I never check spam so often. I've been in spam is more than my primary email. Post the puss ass. Oh, shit. Pause. $2. Holy shit. What a name in the Grindhouse. Post the puss ass. Oh, hoo, hoo. Wow, that's a mouthful. He goes, Evil West is pretty awesome, too. You know, I played Evil West at PAX East. It definitely looks cool. But I'm waiting on that one. It's too much, a little bit like I gotta do God of War.
Man, I talked to Persona and Jay Barry. I'm kind of glad I skipped that one. Persona and Jay Barry,
the frame rate's not too hot.
They're not high on this one.
I played it at PAX and the frame rate was bad there. And
they said it on console. Yeah, the graphics, visuals don't look good. 1080p resolution.
It looks
if you want to play at 60 frames, it
looks fuzzy.
And it's on console anyway. They said it was not a pleasurable experience. So,
all right, wait. I think J-Dub's having issues getting in here. Let's see.
Oh, J-Dub's coming in.
Sorry, J-Dub. What? Oh no, wait. What happened? Oh, yeah. I'll send it. I'll fix it, J-Dub. We'll get you in here. Oh, I see you here. There we go.
Oh, J-Dub.
Yes, he's back.
He's back.
Let's see. I got him in here. Now, let me get him. Invite him to the Grindhouse. I hate Discord. Discord's a pain in the ass. Like, it's just so annoying. Where is he? Now I want to, because I invited him to the edit channel, and I'm going to do permissions. Oh, that's why, because he changed his thing. Hold on. There you go, Jay. I'm getting you in. We're not going to leave God of War. We'll get you in here. Because we're going right to the sales. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. You believe it was hype, man. And this is crazy because remember, I always say like last year how Sony didn't have the first party games at the holiday, and the last time they did it was at the launch of the system, and the fact that they were they dropped this thing, man. Everybody got out of its way, and
as they should have,
as they should. And then here you go, they coming on, and then it's just like, get out of the way. Here he comes, Mr. God of War, and then boom, 5.1 million sold. Insane.
You know, some of those bot brains are downplaying that, right?
Oh
saying
my
it wasn't
God,
impressive.
dude! We've seen. We're gonna get into. We've seen. Dude, it is scary. They don't know which end is up, man. They are speaking in tongues. They're just like, they don't even know what to say anymore. Phil's saying one thing. Microsoft, the Activision deal got them shaking in their boots. There's no games.
All this bad information keeps coming out about.
They got goddamn dick and ball jackets coming out that says Xbox on it. They were supposed to be for controllers, but they're freaking huggies for your balls. Phil gave you your ball huggies. Did you see those things on Twitter? The fucking the hat, it was a little dick hat and ball set for you for the winter time to get your shrivel ups on.
Hey, is that what I missed on Twitter? Jim?
Yeah, Jada, what's up, dude? That's what they're doing now. They ran out of ideas. You got the refrigerator, the donuts. All they got to do now is they got to make hats for your dicks and balls. Like that's they got a cozy for your dick and balls. That's what they gave out.
Oh man, they got some slinkies. Oh
slinkies,
man.
dude. Oh man, goddamn banana hammocks. That's Phil's coming out with banana hammocks. Holy shit. You don't know what other body part to sell. He's like, you know what? We got a booty. Everybody loves the booty at Xbox. Why don't we just do the front too? Let's give him some banana hammocks. Oh damn, there he is. What's up, J-Dub? How you doing, man?
What's good, people? What's good, people? It's been a minute. I'm good, man. Can't complain. That's
good, man. I'm glad to have you back, man. Yeah, you missed, dude. You didn't miss anything. I don't know if you've been lurking over the summer and the time that you've been away, but man, it is just disaster. It is.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. Listen, let's say I took 6 months off, and I thought, hey, I'll take 6 months off. By that time, Xbox will have some great games. There'll be something new to talk about with Xbox. I get back, man. It's worse than ever, man. I should have stayed on. God damn.
God damn, dude. It is worse than ever. You just when you think, and I said this is the line I got in their search for W's, all they get are L's. That is gospel because when you think you can't get any lower. You know when they say temper expectations. Now they go lower than that. They hit you below the belt. That's why they got you. That's why they got those hoodies out there for them. It's like they hit you below the belt because, like, you just.
Hey, Jez, how do you spend $100 billion and end up with less games than you had when you didn't? I don't understand that.
I don't know. And you got all these studios. I don't know. I have no clue.
It's got to be intentional, man.
You know what? I thought so. Like, it's got to be like, you think they're waiting for Game Pass numbers to hit?
Those numbers are not hitting.
They're not.
Well, you got to realize, right? It's the chicken and the egg.
Yep.
You gotta have games to bring in more subs, but you need subs to be able to make more games and make it justifiable. And I don't know what they're gonna do, but if this Blizzard Activision deal doesn't go through, where does that leave them? That's going to leave them with nothing to add inside of Game Pass. And it seems like they're not working on anything else outside of that. Like, they're just hoping and praying that this is going to go through.
J-Dub, if you've noticed over the past year or so, they haven't been able to secure any big titles for Game Pass from third party.
None at all.
I think these third parties are moving away from this service shit as far as putting the game in the service.
Last year, and they got Outriders. That was about it. And then this year, what they got?
The biggest telltale sign, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Blizzard Activision themselves said that if Microsoft don't buy, the only way that those games are actually going inside of Game Pass is if Microsoft buy the company. And that's very telling. That means if this deal don't go through, none of those games are going to Game Pass because it's not viable. It's not viable because that's what Jim Ryan has been saying. That's what Jez has been saying. That's what I've been saying. no person in their right mind is going to throw their games in Game Pass. That
No.
is just not going to happen.
You're my
Take
number
Two,
one customer.
the head of Take Two said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's not viable.
And I said this before. I was like, how many times have devs come out? Like even the AEW dev came out. Was like, we're not in Game Pass. I'm like, you are. Like people come out to say they're not in it rather than promoting.
Callisto Protocol. The Callisto Protocol devs, they said they won't be putting their game in there.
They did it. They won. They said, nope, don't even look our way.
Don't even, yeah. I couldn't believe the AEW one, man. It was crazy. I got it right here, what J-Dub was saying. It says, Activision has never published any newer content on multi-game subscriptions and has no intention to do so in the future. Without the merger, Activision content will not be available on multi-game subscription services. The merger can therefore not make competitive conditions worse under any circumstances. Activision does not make its games Call of Duty available in any meaningful sense to a multi-game subscription service. The key is why, right? Activision's ordinary course internal business documents, as well as sworn testimony of its executives, has made it clear there's no plans. Okay, I know why they're doing it, but this is the reason why. Activision is concerned that participation in subscription services could impact its redacted and would lead to brand dilution and cannibalization of buy-to-play sales, especially of new releases. This reflects Activision's view
You're my number one customer.
Even if the subscription business model were to grow, the redacted, this has been a fundamental impediment to publishers more generally agreeing to place their content on subscription services, a stance which is not going to change in the future. So what I was going to say before you guys comment on it is that the thing is like people are like, well, wait a second. They're saying this because they're making like, hey, if Microsoft buys us, it's not going to make anything worse because we're never going to put our games in a service day and date. But that's what the Xbox group is going to say. Oh, that's why the Activision deal needs to go through. But you clowns, read as to what the issue is, because guess what? That is their stance. And it's a sworn testimony of how they feel about subscription services day and date. That's not going to change once that'll get changed when they get purchased, because now guess what? They don't got to worry about their bottom line because Microsoft's taking care of it. But that doesn't change the existence of that issue. Brand dilution and cannibalization of buy-to-play sales. That even if the subscription model grows, the fundamental impediment to publishers agreeing to put their content in subscription services. This is an issue that still exists, and it's a perception that exists with a lot of companies that come out and say, we're not in Game Pass. So that concern is the reason why you're not seeing the big games in Game Pass. What's up, No Cap? How you doing? That's the point that you got to look at. Is like, yeah, they're saying we don't want our games in Game Pass now because of that. Just because Microsoft buys them, that doesn't make this thing here go away. It still is a problem. And that's exactly what 2K says. That's why other people, they cannibalize and lead to brand dilution. Brand dilution. JW, you've gone away for a little bit. Tell me how does Halo done in the Game Pass for brand dilution?
Look, man, it's a far reach, and I think a lot of the gamers they're just so infatuated with Phil Spencer and with Microsoft and whole, they don't really care. They don't care.
They don't care. They're a mess. I got that comment. Yeah.
They want redemption. They want redemption for the last 10 years of being teased, of being last place and not having games. They want that. So, I mean, you see guys saying it all the time. Well, we really don't care about the deal. We just want the games for free in Game Pass. Well, like those people said, they're going to get it for free. Well, who's going to fit that bill? Microsoft. But literally, how long can they keep this up where they're just burning money left and right with Game Pass? How long before it gets the mixer treatment?
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, I agree, man, because none of this stuff sounds good. Good.
No, I mean, listen, you got was it Phil that came out and said they lose $100 to $200 on each console?
Oh, the console? Oh, yeah.
So they're losing crazy about some money in the console where Sony's turning a profit. They're not making money on game sales because they're not putting any games out. The service is underperforming and it's not profitable. I mean, you keep hearing all this negative news coming out of Xbox. Like, that's all you're getting is negativity, bad. I mean, this acquisition has really shined the light on their business as a whole, and it's not doing as good as people think it is.
Yeah. Hey, I got this line here. And I said this on the show. I said the longer this deal goes on, the more dirt we're going to find out about how irrelevant Xbox made themselves in that last generation, and how they completely, the reason why they are in the situation that they're in is that they lost tons of mind share. They lost their business model. They lost everything, and they are scrambling now to try to make shit out of molehill. And they are, and you can see they're a fish out of water right now. None of this stuff that's coming through shows that this is a deal of confidence. It shows that this is a deal of desperation, of swinging for the fences. Let's try to make something out of this, because the Game Pass model is not working. The promises that Phil set up, Satya is not getting his bonus. The thing is not working. And publishers are coming out saying they don't want it in it. I remember Phil used to describe Game Pass as our content is going to be the flywheel. We're going to throw stuff in the service, and then eventually other people will see how well our stuff is doing, and they will want to do things in our service as well. Well, that never happened, and what Microsoft has put in there has just fell flat on its face. No extra players. They could come out and say 12 million people played. Well, I'm going to show you Plague's Tale that said they were happy that 1 million people played the game. Guess what? It wasn't on NPD at all for the month of October.
Yep.
But they said 1 million played. Yeah, well, that's great. And you weren't even on NPD. Like, Grounded beat you. You weren't nowhere to be found on the top 20 of NPD for October, and you released mid-October.
And Jay, you have to ask yourself, how many copies they would have sold of that game for $65 a pop, right? For $60 a pop, or maybe even $70, right? But it's an indie title, so I'd say 60.
It was.
They probably would have been able to sell a minimum of 1 million copies at least, right? And that's really good for an indie game to sell 1 million copies at full price. So, I mean, I'd like to see the numbers behind the scene of how much Microsoft offered them. You know, what percentage of that?
I know, right?
Maybe they guaranteed them 30%, guaranteed them 50%. Maybe there's some incentives if their engagements is over, you know, their downloads is over a certain number. But man, like, you got to split that money between your $15 a month that you're pulling in with Game Pass. You got to split that revenue with, you know, however much you promised these guys.
I don't know, man.
Let's
It's like,
face it.
yeah, Plague's Tale.
If Microsoft didn't have unlimited amount of money, which is not really true, they don't have unlimited amount of money. They just have a lot of money that'll go further.
Get bonuses.
But you know, at the end of the day, I don't care how rich your company is. There's always this fine line that they're gonna get fed up. They're gonna say, "Look, we tried this for 3 years." I mean, Game Pass has been a thing since 2017, I believe.
Yeah, 2017, dude.
And here we are going on 2023, and I mean,
and it's
the
not
last
hitting stride, dude. It is not growing. And I got
they missed it.
Yeah,
they missed their projections by over.
Oh, I had that
million.
up as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I wanted to just show this NPD. Where's the NPD for October? NPD. So this is the kind of craziest thing here, is that you got your NPD with what the hell is this? What the hell is my NPD here? Oh damn! Oh my goodness, these bull sacks! What the hell is this thing? So yeah, I have Plague's Tale here. It wasn't even in the top 20 of the NPDs. So they came out and they said they celebrated 1 million players in the first 2 weeks. It says, and this is the clowns of their Xbox of the media, which we're going to get into that later. But you know, Xbox Achievements comes out and says Focus Entertainment has announced that Plague's Tale has already reached over 1 million players. The sequel to Plague's Tale: Innocence, the game managed to reach an impressive milestone early on in its life cycle. Still, A Plague's Tale: Innocence didn't reach 1 million copies sold until July 2022. Here we go again, you goddamn clowns. Matt Lorgan, Xbox Achievement clown. Why are we comparing Plague's Tale's Innocence copies sold to 1 million players in the first week of 2 weeks? These are the clowns the media is. They need to, like, how do you write articles? Do you write them to taking a shit on your phone? Is that how you write your articles? Because I need to know, because this is some badass shit. Here they go.
Well,
1 million players playing the first 2. Then explain to me, Matt Lorgan, I want to see your next fucking article showing NPD for October and show me where Plague's Tale is, because it's not even in the top 20.
Well, Jez, just to piggyback off of that, the fact that Pokemon, I think it sold like 10 million
10
copies.
million sold of the Pokemons.
10 million, and then God of War, 5.1 million in like, what, 3 days?
Well, that's
4 days,
not even, we didn't get to
something?
November yet. Wait for those NPDs. Holy shit. I'm talking about
Yeah, but
October.
it really just shows you how much
The sale,
people were
yes.
willing to pay. People were willing to pay $70, $65 for Nintendo and Sony games, but only 1 million people actually downloaded a game that's free inside a service that they.
But listen,
subscribe to.
J-Dub, that's across every platform.
And that's
that
crazy.
they
Yes,
play,
I
right?
did it on the Windows Store. So you're talking
Wow.
about Windows Store, Game Pass,
PlayStation.
You're talking about PlayStation. You're talking about
Wow.
Steam, and you're talking about Xbox Game Pass. That shows you 1 million with all that players in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
And then
bad,
you
guys.
look, dude, here's the top 20. So Plague's Tale came out on October 18th, right? October 2022, here it is. Gotham Knights is up there at 2, right under Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. FIFA, Madden, NHL, Mario Rabbids, Persona 5 went from 291 to 7. Bayonetta 3 is there. All the new games, Split and Star Ocean, The Divine Force. Plague's Tale is nowhere to be found on the top 20. You're telling me that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo outsold Plague's Tale. Tell me that Game Pass effect didn't sweep the nation here. Holy shit. Well, and then they said 1 million players. Do you see the difference, clown? That 1 million players you can't compare to 1 million sold? And notice when we're talking about Pokemon and God of War, that is sold. That is not players that turned it on. Stop with this players bullshit. Because look at Halo. Oh, we had the most players ever. Dude, it is the weakest Halo and the lowest legs of Halo ever had.
Well, here's the thing, Jez. The reason they say it in the fashion that they say it in, is because they'll be able to spin it in any way that they want. So if people start digging in and asking them, well, what did you mean about the fastest, or the highest player count? Like, what do you mean by that? And they can just spin around and fiddle around, actually the specifics behind it. But they don't want to tell you is that tangible numbers, such as somebody going to the store and plunking down hard, cold cash money for a game, is something that can't be disputed because everybody got the numbers. So Microsoft has this Game Pass thing that, and I'm gonna be honest, I still say to this day they're still counting total sales of Game Pass. They're not using the concurrent number. Right?
Oh yeah, totally.
I do not believe they're
way.
currently at 29 million total
Nope.
at this day and time. I believe totally how many people have ever used, whether it's a coupon, whether it's actually paying money to subscribe to the service, is probably around 29 million. But there's nowhere in the world because they haven't had any games in over a year. So how can that number have went up?
And
like,
also,
come on.
J-Dub, even if it went up, and I'll get into the thing, but yeah, I just want to say, like, he didn't reach 1 million copies sold until July. Again, the spin, the dancing around, ridiculous. But I also have the what J-Dub is talking about here, and again, we're kind of, they said, somebody wants you to say, welcome to AM Radio, J-Dub. They say you're doing laps in GT7. I appreciate wherever J-Dub is, man.
Hey, I was able to jump in, man. I'm driving.
Yeah, be careful out there. Be careful. So, yeah, like what J-Dub is saying is that, here it is here about this whole what 29 million and stuff like this. But again, this is all just building up, and I'll get to the super chats in a bit. But it's all building up to saying exactly what Activision was saying in their initial quote, in the saying that, hey, it cannibalizes, it dilutes the brand. Like, Plague's Tale should be bigger than the first one, because the first one was like really not known, and now look how much they charged for the second one. Maybe that could have been one of the points, but like they came out there like, dude, we're like a big, $60 for that game, and it looks great, but like
the first game, I think the first game sold over 1 million copies.
It did.
So
it did through July though. Like, yeah.
Now the sequel, only 1 million people played it. They didn't actually spend any money to play it. That's
2 weeks, and it didn't even chart. Like, I looked, it came out October 17th, October 18th, 17th, and it was nowhere to be found on the top 20 games of the month. And they have a whole bunch of new games on there, Star Ocean and all that other stuff. Crazy. And then I went on to Steam, and like the highest amount of the Steam database of Plague's Tale Requiem was here. Where is it? I have it.
Was it like 32,000 or something like that?
No. Where is it? Plague's Tale. Because I'm like, well, where are all these 1 million players coming from? Plague's Tale Rec Steam. Steam DB. No, it was like at 2,000. It was not Plague's Tale Requiem. Here it is.
Wow.
Yeah. 4,900. 4,900 was their peak ever total. The Plague's Tale Requiem. 4,900 people last month. Players 406 right now. 793 peak. So like when it released, yeah, like here it is. When it came out, again, more viewers than playing. That's an issue, everybody. Remember, Halo has that too. Like 190,000 people are watching, but only 4,000 are playing. That's an issue. Okay? That's an issue. When you got more people watching the game than doing it, that means that they're not too sure what the game is. Anyway, I don't know why. Yeah. And, so like 4,900 play on launch. October 13th, they got it. Some people got it. Yeah, and it's like, there it is. 1 million players in 2 weeks. Top count on Steam was 4,900. 1 million players. Game Pass, right? Where else would it be? These are actually purchases right here, 4,900 people. That's actually purchases.
Wow.
So where are all the people playing it? On Game Pass? On
how long can they keep it up? I mean, clearly third party isn't flocking over to Game Pass. I mean, you'll get some indies, right? You'll get the smaller games that probably weren't going to get the attention anyway. But I mean, even Scorn, I don't see no one talking about that anymore.
That wasn't on. Did that make NPD?
No, that didn't make NPD. No.
So Scorn and Plague's Tale didn't make NPD.
No.
Damn. There you go.
And these are some of the games that they've been hyping up for a couple of years.
Check the charts. I said, check the charts.
The Pentiment. I want to see that, because for all the people that capped over it and defended the game, well, I want to know how many people actually decided to download the game.
Yeah, Pentiment. Check the Xbox charts. All right, hold on a second. I'll check the Xbox charts. Hold on. Let's see. I didn't think it was on there either. Well, let me see. NPD.
But to be fair, Jez, even if you check the Xbox charts, I mean,
let me see.
That can't count for anything, because the top played games on the Xbox charts is always the Apex Legends and the Fortnites and stuff like that. So,
well, Grounded was on the top 20. That was the reason why I looked at the
Grounded.
Grounded was on the top 20, and that came out of preview. So I think a lot of those were on sale from Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Best selling. Here we go. Oh, why is he going April? Matt Piscatella. Where's the October one? Damn it! I should have up. Sure to get these up. There's the October. There it is. Oops. Let me look up. I'm searching. Hold on.
You know, we saw people come with different models, different types of hardware, different type of ideas in gaming. None of it ever lasted. Rest in peace, Stadia. Rest in peace, the
right.
Ouya.
That
Ouya.
Ouya.
Right. Rest in peace, Mixer. Rest in peace. You know, it's a lot of stuff. I just don't know if Game Pass is ever going to be what they want it to be.
Yeah, I can't find it. I'm always saying that. Yeah, I can't find it. If somebody has it on, DM it to me there. Because I can't find the MPDs for just the specific ones. I only saw the overall ones. I saw Grounded on there, so I'm like, hey, if Grounded's on there, where the hell's Plague's Tale? And especially they celebrated Plague's Tale, and I know they were making a big deal about it, going that it was in the thing. But I wanted to just address like, what JW was saying about this whole Game Pass misses the target, right? So we just skipped from the Ragnarok where the booster got reduced. We'll talk about that. But Game Pass mixing the target, right? So this is since its launch in 2017, Game Pass has gradually grown to approximately 25 million subscribers. That's the last official number that they said. As above, this is a 10 million fewer subscribers, 28% that was forecasted for fiscal year 2022. Much of grown so far to come from Xbox console users account for approximately percentage of the subscribers across all Game Pass tiers. Over the period of 2019 to 2022, a percentage of Game Pass Ultimate subscribers who are entitled to play both games on PC and console access through Game Pass. So, excuse me, what they're saying is that their target was about 35 million or so. And they hit about 25 million. So they were anticipating 10 million more subscribers. They said 10 million fewer subscribers than what was forecasted. So you're off by 10 million. And people are like, oh, it's 25 million, 29 million. Dude, it doesn't matter. They are off. And it kind of, thinking about it, is that they forecasted this, right? They thought that by July, even if they're at 29 million, that will be a growth over 1 year of 4 million subscribers. And you could say, oh, well, that's great. They're growing. Are they growing at Satya's rate? 4 million. Think about that rate moving forward. How many years would you need to get to like 60 million? You're going to need another 6 years, 5 years? At that rate.
Jez, you have to take into account all the promotions, all of the Chips Ahoy.
Oh, all the money they're losing on it. Hell yeah.
Taco Bell coupon. You have to take into account every single Xbox that's purchased, right? Comes with a Game Pass coupon that you use. So it's not that's not indicative of actual people, and individuals. That's just it's not.
Nope. Let me get to these super chats here. Oh shit! Post the puss ass is coming back. He goes, "You guys are crazy. Evil West looks awesome." Oh damn! He got on your ass. Post the puss ass. He got you.
No, it does. No, it does not.
Oh man, he says we're crazy. It looked all right when I played it, but yeah, it's not no God of War.
Not awesome. No.
But post the puss ass is ready. Akeem with the 2. He goes, Hellblade was shown before Ragnarok, and we're playing that game. Oh my god. Yeah, you're damn right we're playing that game. Everything that Sony's shown in that showcase at 2019, 2020, Akeem, we played. Horizon, Spider-Man, Demon Souls. Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon Souls. Like in 2020, we didn't know about Demon Souls, Spider-Man, Forza Horizon. Then they came out with God of War in that thing. Returnal, we knew nothing about that. Ratchet and Clank. Dude, there's about 7 games or so, even more, that Sony announced in 2020 when we knew about Hellblade in 2019 as the first game announced when they announced the game at the Game Awards. Sony showed games in 2020 that we're playing. And games that weren't even announced there. Remasters, such as the Uncharted one, such as Last of Us Part 1, such as Ghost of Tsushima, Iki Island. Those things weren't even announced. And we got those. So tell me How the hell? And they got a VR that we never even knew was was announced is coming out before Hellblade 2. How do they do this? I don't know. This is the preposterous thing. How the hell did Sony do this stuff? And people say, boo Sony, boo Jim Ryan. Are you insane? Are you insane? Without that, Sony, I think gaming would be over because nobody else is doing anything. I guess if you like Nintendo stuff. But holy shit, Sony's holding up the goddamn fort of next generation. Xbox has fell flat on its ass. Like, seriously. J-Dubs don't like this one. He missed this while he was out. That's Mr. Mad Booty.
I told you, man, I was gone, and hell, I expected Microsoft to have released quite a few games, and here we are. I come back, guys are still talking about wait to E3. I said, wow.
Yo, and they announced they're coming to all these shows, dude. They're like, we're going to Gamescom, and we're showing games of the next 12 months.
Now they're just saying 2023 is going to be their year now. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it's going to be there. Yeah, tell me when's Starfield coming out? Give me the date.
But they said that about 2022. Y'all remember?
Oh,
11, what was it? 11/11/22.
And did you think that they would do a video if Starfield was so primed and ready? Did you think that maybe on the release date they should have did a little video package of gameplay, a new announcement, a new feature, maybe a new combat trailer or something to say, hey, this game was supposed to come out on November 11th. We don't have shit for them. The full game was supposed to come out. This is, man, my voice. This is the shit that drives me crazy because when Halo got delayed, we saw nothing of Halo. There was nothing new when the Xbox Series X launched. There was nothing. They just put that shit in the goddamn toilet bowl. They basically took that and threw it down the toilet and said, you're not going to see this game anymore. We didn't even know Halo's release date. The whole year. Starfield has a date of 11/11, just like Halo had the launch date. 11/11 comes and goes. There's no acknowledgement from Microsoft, nothing from Bethesda, no video gameplay, no snapshots, nothing to try to get people hyped at all going, hey, you were going to get the full goddamn game today. We can't even give you a goddamn sizzle reel trailer. They let that shit go by like they never even announced it. Does that sound like that game is ready for prime time? Nope. Not to me. Does that sound like it's ready?
I'll be honest. I hope the game comes out. I hope it's great. But because of who's making the game and their track record, we know it's going to be buggy. We know it's going to be messy. And with Microsoft's pedigree, they're going to throw it in Game Pass and say, we'll fix it later, like they did Grounded, like they did Halo, like they did all these other games. Well, just take it and deal with it later. We'll fix it later.
Exactly.
That's unfortunate for a ton of people who spend $500 for the world's most powerful console to get treated this way. I would like the Xbox guys to get a game that's on caliber of Spider-Man and God of War and Wolverine and all these other games that they got coming or released. I would like that, right? Because competition is good for everybody.
Oh, I agree, man. It just boggles my. But see, the thing is that we all know how bad it is right now for Xbox and how desperate. Like I said, they are on borrowed time. And with every passing season, with every passing month, the more Sony and Nintendo, 10 million Pokemon sales, 5.1 God of War sales. Do you know the mind share that they're gathering, that they already had, and they're going to continue rolling with this? And you're sitting there going, dude, here's a friggin' banana hammock for your goddamn balls, and we got some Phil's Love Sack package for $1,300. Oh, and by the way, we're bottoming out the goddamn Series S because the stores say they're building fucking igloos in the goddamn warehouse with them, and we need to sell these things. That S being liquidated, that is a goddamn liquidation. That is a fire sale. All right? Series S being $250 and lower today? It's a fire sale. That is not strategy. That is not that thing that the stores say, we want this shit out. You want to know why? I went to Target, looked on their website, and Target had only pick up at store for that Series S booster shit. You want to know why? Because the warehouse, they're like, we're sending all, they emptied the warehouse. They said all that shit out to the stores saying, get this shit out of here. We got guys in the warehouse hiding in fucking boxes of Xbox Series X's, getting out of goddamn working because they're building igloos in the back and living in them. Because they got so many of these boxes that Xbox shipped as booster ass. Nobody wants booster. That is a fire sale. No way. 2 years in. Guys, 2 years in. They're bottoming out the Series S. Make that make sense. What happened to the X?
Jez, you know what's crazy? Is the Xbox guys love to talk about how Sony is raising prices. It's funny how Sony is raising prices on PS5, but Xbox is lowering prices on Xboxes.
I know.
Supply and demand, baby.
Dude, it is supply and demand. That's totally what this is, because there is no sale on the Series X. So if there's a thing that shows supply and demand, here it is. Nobody wants this shit, and that's why the stores want this out of their warehouse. That's why it is $329 here, because they want this stuff out. If this was a strategy, a sales pitch to try to get Xbox into homes, you would see a Series X and an S have about a price adjustment. No. Only pricing is the bottoming out of the lowest common denominator. So as you come into a next, they're doing shit right now that you would have seen 5 years into a generation. After the Series X, the Series S probably got announced. No, the Series X wasn't promoted. They are getting that shit out of there too. But there's no official kind of Microsoft, we're on sale for $50 promotion from Major Nelson. You know, this was like, come get this shit right now. But I'm telling you, this is a fire sale. They want this shit out of there. Either they're coming out with another console, like I said, or they're going to raise the prices on all you suckers.
You're my number one customer.
It is desperation. This is not strategy. What? Like, I need you guys on a pound. First, let me read these two super chats, and then I'm going to ask you guys a question, because I need an answer on this stuff. The Game Night 123 super chat, he goes, $5. He goes, Sony's able to contest the Activision deal and publish in more games with Lost Soul Decide and Corner Valeria. That was another game that they announced. What's Microsoft's excuse? Exactly. We're going to get into the Activision thing. That was just a tip of the iceberg. After I talk about Booster Box. Booster! And then he goes, Cloaked Onyx with the 5. If you really want to play Starfield, play it on PC. I'm not joking. Bethesda games are full of bugs. You can't fix your save on a console. Dude, just for the mods, I agree. I'm playing that shit on PC because the mods are going to fix the game. What's his name? What's his name said it already? He goes, oh, the mods will fix it. He already said it, Todd Howard. Holy shit, he said it.
Yeah, I wouldn't play that game at all. It looked like dog shit.
Yeah, you know what? I want everybody to go play it on this goddamn thing. The Series X Booster Box, the holiday box.
I wouldn't recommend nobody play anything on dog shit on the PC. That's what I'll say.
Hey, Jez, real quick.
Yo, what's up, Ghost? How you doing?
What up, Ghost?
What up, Link? What up, Jay? And I don't mean to derail, but I just want to double back. What up? I just want to double back. Over the weekend, man, I watched the Nations Cup of the Gran Turismo 7 tournament. And I swear to God, that was a phenomenal race. And there was like 7,000 people towards the end of the race, like the last two laps between like Mijiashimi and Cocaine Cowboy or Cocaine Lopez. That was a phenomenal. I challenge anyone to go watch the that race. I thought I was watching. I turned it on YouTube, and I thought I was watching ESPN The Ocho. You know what I'm saying?
Ocho.
You know what I mean? It was a phenomenal race. Commentated. Crowd was on edge, you know, because they panned screenshots. And I simply said in the chat, I was like, man, I thought, when's Forza 5's Nations Cup? And boy, they came after me.
Oh, damn. No, man.
You know they coming, yeah.
They booed his ass.
They came after me, boy. But it was exciting. And when you talk about competition and when you talk about games that generate hype, I mean, just something as simple as I don't even really watch. I mean, I'm not a big Twitch streamer. I'm not anything like that. But like,
sure, yeah.
Just watching the race was exciting, and the ending of it was phenomenal. I mean, I thought I was watching a NASCAR or Indy 500 or Daytona 500 race. That's how exciting it was. And then at the end, there was some controversy. It was like a damn controversy because one of the guys got spun out, and they went to the moderators, make sure that it wasn't cheat. I mean, it was just craziness, and I was like, how does Sony create this much hype? You know what I'm saying?
They added so much content. They added a whole big update to that game too. They added more cost.
Oh yeah,
to it.
new tracks, cars, everything. Every month there's a different.
And the sales store where you could sell the thing. That's something Forza always had. And I thought that was great. And now you could sell. Now you could do it now on GT where you could sell the cars back. You can do a whole selling auction house. I think something like that. They added.
But my bad for derail. I just wanted to bring that point up, man, because when you talk about hype surrounding, God of War or any, first party PlayStation game, man, you have all this hype, and they do a phenomenal job of, even after the game, they still marketing it with dropping up, Returnal dropping a free DLC of co-op and the tower. You're like, come on, man, like, yikes.
I know. I don't understand it. And they got all these games for PSVR on 2 on top of that. Like, they are just stacking the deck. More and more mind share. And one of the things is, you said GT7. Forza was announced. Where's Forza? Forza's coming out next year, early next year. Where is it? It's a service game for the first time. What's going on with Forza? Microsoft didn't do anything. They went to 3 goddamn shows and told you no new information. Said these games are coming in the next 12 months. Well, guess what? We are about 6 months in from the 12 months that they announced it. Right? Yeah. They talked about this stuff in June. They said this is coming in the next 12 months. We're in December.
Yeah, in December now, so, I mean.
I need more water. But yeah, we're in December right now, everybody. We're halfway through.
Well, Jez, with all those games that they showed, right, that's coming in the next 6 months, which of those games are going to be able to handle Spider-Man, Wolverine, Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2.
Oh man.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2. Final Fantasy 16. So on and so
they got factions. They got factions possibly coming out next year.
Jesus.
Yep.
The
last month Part 2 faction.
Oh, and Stellar Blade.
Yep, Stellar Blade.
Yeah. Then,
I mean, I could keep going, right? And that's without actually having a show to show us what's coming in 2023. So
Microsoft went to 3 of them, dude. 3 shows they went to.
Listen, mark my words. 2023 will be just like 2022. Sony will be releasing all the big bangers. Everybody be talking about them. They'll be competing with themselves again. And next year will be, the Sony year and the Nintendo year. Because, we got Zelda coming up and stuff. So, but Microsoft is going to be the only company that nobody's talking about yet again.
Jay,
mark my words.
Where are the game... Like, I said this at the Game Awards, and I got another tweet from somebody about the Game Awards. If these games don't show up from Microsoft with release dates at the Game Awards, you're going to be what, in January? They're not coming out from March or anything. We already know Forspoken in January. We know PSVR in February. You get release dates already. In the last 4 months, you get release dates for early next year. You don't get release dates in January for Redfall's coming in March 1st. That shit really doesn't happen.
I don't see them.
You should have known that already right now.
Yeah, you should be knowing about
right?
games like Redfall and stuff. But
Redfall should have a release date right now. They should announce it at Halloween.
Starfield and Forza 8.
Yeah, where are the release dates?
All of them should have release dates.
All we know is first half of 2023.
Dude, no. That's what they said. Go look at the Starfield trailer from Halloween. It just says 2023. Doesn't say.
Well, what I'm saying is they said no. I don't think it's coming out by the end. But they said everything at that show was coming by the first half. I don't give a shit what
they said. And they also said we're targeting the next year. They said in the fine print we're targeting.
Yeah, I mean,
all I know is they dropped a trailer in October for Redfall, and it just says 2023. They had an actual season when they first announced the game at E3 before that with summer of 2023, 2022. Now it just says 2023. No spring, no summer, no fall, no first quarter, nothing. No month, nothing. These games went from actual seasons and specific dates to an ambiguous 2023. That's what it said. And they said targeting the next 12 months, these games. Well,
You're
we're
my
6
number
months
one
in.
customer.
I have no goddamn clue when these games are coming out. And then I see some clowns on Twitter, and I think I'm going to lose my fucking voice. I see some clowns on Twitter that got me all crazy saying like, oh, well, guess what? Microsoft, because of the Activision deal, might not have a lot to talk about at the Game Awards. I'm like, fuck, they don't? Like, they better be there with balls deep, banana hammocks, whatever the hell they got going on. They need to. You can't be sitting here with a straight face telling me you're an Xbox fan going like, oh, they got worried about the deal. They're going to hold on to... They don't have any choice to hold on to shit. Stop making excuses. They better be there. Phil Spencer better come swinging from the goddamn rafters, drop kick that goddamn Jeff Keighley right in his fucking mug face, kick him off the stage, and Phil go, I'm the captain now. This is my show. Here are the release dates of all our fucking games that we announced for the last decade because we ain't even got shit. That's what they need to do. They can't be hiding in the rafters going, we're not nominated for shit, and Phil having his own private awards show in the back where he's getting hand-me-outs. They need to come out and talk about the goddamn games. That's a bullshit.
Phil said he's more excited for what he didn't show.
Oh, shit, no! Fucking Philness. Satya, tell J-Dub something. Satya, I got Satya right here, J-Dub. I don't know if you heard him, but he has something to say to you.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud, and
Stutter and Satya. He didn't even, his cue card dropped. He thought he was talking about Nintendo. That's Stutter and Satya for you, J-Dub. There it is. He knows he's the leader of everything going on over there. But before we leave this, I want to get into that tweet, and then I'm not going to go crazy here. Bootleg Jez. Oh, Bootleg Jez and get a goddamn dropkick. Listen, think about the strategy, right? You have your next-gen consoles, the PlayStation 5, the Series X. Now remember, the Xbox Series X was announced first at the Game Awards in 2019 with Hellblade. Oh, Jesus. In 2019, called the Xbox, it was announced before that, called the Project Scarlet, for a year and a half before that, where they were chewing on chips, and the Amish guy came out and was having breakfast with goddamn Digital Foundry, showing them the power of the console and all that shit. And Xbox and PlayStation was scared. They were afraid to go to PAX East because the power of the 12 teraflops was too much, and everybody was afraid of the power of Xbox. If you remember that time, the Series X was announced. Booster right here, the Series S was not announced. That didn't come. It was called Project Lockhart from, what's his name, Brad Sams. It wasn't announced until later. So the premier console, your flagship device, when you think about any other product that has a flagship, right? The flagship gets out there and makes waves. Then you come up with the budget. And then that's for the people that can't get the flagship. In what world of technology do you release the flagship and the budget product at the same time? Because basically what you're doing is cannibalizing the sales of your flagship. Because when the flagship's the only show in town, everybody wants the iPhone 12 Pro. But do you release the iPhone 12 Pro with the i12 Pro 12 mini booster bullshit, cheap ass edition? I can't afford a Pro edition. Is that what you do? So you come out with the bootleg version, you come out with the premier version on the same date. What are you going to do? Guess what? You think everybody's going to pay double and triple for the high end product and not? No, because they're going to go after the shit one. So tell me, in what world, if that happens, if it ever does, do you then, 2 years in, drop the price of the shit one? Who does that? When do you release a flagship and a budget at the same time? Then 2 years in, you don't drop the price of the flagship to get more people on. Instead, you drop the price of the budget one? And to make it almost over 2 to 1 more than the X? Who's going to go buy an X now? You're basically hurting yourself. But, like, what technology world does that happen in? Like, tell me what the mentality of this is, if it's not a fire sale.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you there, man.
Like, who? Like, I just don't understand what model that works. Like, I've never seen You know, when Acura puts out a car, Acura puts out their premier flagship car. They put out the low car. They have a Honda Civic, and then they drop the price of the Civic. Who's buying the Acura? And why would you drop the price of the lower one? Why will you bottom that out anymore if it wasn't forced by retailers to say, we need this shit out of here? Because it doesn't make any financial sense at all. Because they were losing $100 to $200 on the consoles anyway. You wouldn't think that they would cut the cost of the console. They're really taking a hit then.
But Jez, that shows you the demand for that console.
Yeah, they want it out.
I mean, everything is. I mean, you can say what you want, but supply and demand is there. There's just a lot of supply, and the demand isn't there. So, in order to create the demand, you have to start slashing prices. And I've always said it. That console should have never been $1 over $199.
Yep. Exactly.
Because if you think about it, right, it comes with such a small amount of storage space. As soon as you download 2K, Madden, or Fortnite, you're already maxed out on the hard drive. So you're going to have to spend
$300. Dude, did you see the price of those things?
Yeah, $250 or something like that. Just for 1 terabyte, right? You're going to have to spend $250 just to be able to download more than one game on the system. So, again, it was a hard sell. I think they screwed the pooch again with that powerful console, less powerful console, and it's according to developers, it's holding everything back.
Mm-hmm.
It's holding back, keeping games at 30 frames, and I don't know, man.
On Killing West, it's doing dynamic 1080p to 920 for 60 frames a second at 120 frames, and then I think it's doing 1440p and then some other lower resolution 1080, like 1440p to 1080p dynamic for 60 frames.
Halo was 792p.
That's insane. I don't know what Starfield's gonna run on this thing, dude.
Oh, I can tell you now, Starfield is definitely going to hit the 600Ps.
Dude.
That's without a doubt.
And the thing is that people are like, well, it's holding its own. Yeah, it's holding its own on cross-gen games. But like as devs are talking now to make the next generation games, now they're looking at this going, ooh, we got to deal with we got to deal with this. And, that's the problem. People are like, well, they make it for PC. Well, you want to know what? The whole point is that you're making games for a console. It's a focused development. They're not necessarily making all these games for PC all the time. When you make a console game, you're focused on a console. But now this console has a fragmented install base. And what I'm trying to say is that you want, if Microsoft is selling this selling this thing and not dropping the X, then you're looking at the dichotomy just within Xbox that a majority, almost maybe 2 to 1, are on the lower, weaker system than the premier one. So, like, what do you think? And then their next system is a streaming stick. Like, they're going the other way.
Yep.
Do you understand? They're going the fucking other way. Why?
Oh, no, Jazz. Right? Phil said they canceled the...
because he wants it at a cheaper price, dude. They're going the other way.
I think what it is that this streaming shit ain't taking off, right?
No, that's not taking off.
And they're gonna have to sell this thing at a loss, and they're just not willing to. He said the hardware would just cost too much. It's not feasible.
But here's the thing, though, what you're not realizing, the cost. According to him, this streaming stick, the cost wasn't far off from the Xbox Series S.
Yeah, he wanted. It was like $200.
Listen, if the Series S is already running around $200. You can't have a streaming stick that sells for $179 or $169. That's too close to $200.
Yeah, he wanted it cheaper.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
I don't understand the logic here, and this is what the thing that's been getting me for the last month. I don't understand the celebration from Xbox fans that this is your next-gen console. You should not want this thing to be the lead platform for development on an Xbox. You want you talked about 900p for an entire generation. The actual One X had it held its price at $300 or $500 longer than the Series S. It didn't drop to $300 until it was being on clearance 3 years later. 2 years in, your Series S is getting a $50 price drop. The One X held $500 until it was clearanced out at $300, until 3 years later. That held its price longer than this. How'd that happen? And that was built because you complained about power. So how the hell are you celebrating that this is the platform that's keeping your sales up? Is it because it just matters about sales? The wrong console is selling. You should want the One X, the most powerful console, the one that Sony was afraid of. That should be the lead platform for Xbox. That should be moving gaming forward. That should be pushing graphics and capabilities and 4K and everything else, all that bullshit, ray tracing, all that shit that we heard last week. All that stuff. That's the console that needs to be selling, not this booster shit. This is just going to hold the generation back again because now when people want to make an Xbox game, heaven forbid a console exclusive like Crossfire X, that fucking banger that you guys got over there at 38. What the hell was that at 38? That's a console exclusive this year. Yeah, that's what I got for that one. Booty's commenting double on that one. That one, when you go make an Xbox game, you're big. Well, wait a second. It's 2-to-1 install base, the lowest. You think they're gonna push the game to the limits? When majority 70% of the install base is on this? No, they're not going to. So your console exclusives are shit. Whenever, if they ever make one.
Well, Jez, to be honest, if Microsoft considers their install base the Xbox console, the Series, the Xbox One, the PC, any mobile tablet, any mobile phone, they consider that their install base. So if their install base is only at 29 million, maybe, according to the rumors that are out there, that's very telling, because that means you're including PC, cell phones, and everything, and you're only at 29 million, whereas PS5, right, is just one console. It's at over 25 million just for that one console, not including all of the PS4, not including PC, not including any other thing. That is very telling, man. That's
Yeah. That is actually, it was funny is that I tweeted that out to Salty because Salty said, about the 29, what was it? The 29
You're my number one customer.
million. And then basically I said to him, I was like, that is across, if it is 29 million, again, that's 4 million in a year, but that is 29 million across all that, what is it said?
every single platform.
Everything.
Known to man.
Yep.
Cell phone.
That's what it right here.
Fucking doorbell. Anything.
Yep. Doorbells. I said, remember, that subscription number is across all PC cloud devices, including consoles. The potential audience is everywhere. Every device except a PlayStation and a Nintendo. So that 25 million is even more telling as to not catching the way they wanted it to. Shit's not going the way they thought. And we were saying this for the last 3 to 4 years. We're saying, like, hey, if you don't have compelling games in your subscription service, nobody's going to give a shit about you. And when you're not releasing games at the end of last generation and the beginning of the next generation, you're going to be even further irrelevant. And now, the only reason why you're in the news is because of the stupid Activision deal. And let me get these super chats here. Cloaked Onyx goes, Microsoft is competing with themselves in hardware sales and Xbox and laptops. Game Pass is available on both. I personally feel by purchasing laptops for work or school and play. Dude, that's what I do. I got a gaming laptop. I gotta tell you, go get it. The ROG Zephyrus, dude, 3070 Ti. It's thin as can be. It's a gaming laptop. I love the ROG series, the Rogue, what is it? The Republic of Gamers, the Zephyruses, the 15, the 14, incredible. For like $1,500, $1,000 to $2,000, you get yourself an incredible goddamn computer. Don't go Alienwares. Don't do all that. I had that shit. I go the Zephyrus gaming laptop. Dude, incredible. Absolutely incredible. All you need. I do everything with it. It's absolutely insane. Zephyrus, it has a commercial. Paid for Zephyrus. Paid for the Republic of Gamers, man. Asus makes some killer-ass gaming laptop. Dude, that's what you need. But yeah, I agree, Clotonics. Top Shotter with the 2. He goes, Microsoft wants you to buy an S and upgrade to an X. Exactly. That's a good point too. That's something there, is that trying to get you in with the S and then upgrade to the X. So maybe it's an upgrade path that, hey, you realize how shit that thing is, and you realize how bad Starfield runs on it, that you run out and go get an X. Almost like, hey, that's a strategy right there. That's a good call, Top Shotter. That's a good one, J-Dub, don't you think? Link?
That's not how things work, man. If I go out and spend all of this money on a console and I'm dissatisfied with its performance, you're not getting any more of my money. I'm gonna go over there to PlayStation, buy me a fucking PlayStation, and call it a day.
You're right.
They got the game.
The games.
They got the performance.
It's the game shop.
Why would I go out and buy your platform, be disappointed, and go and give you more money for another fucking platform?
No, I totally agree.
That's crazy.
I got you. Yeah, but and he's right. Like, but maybe you buy the games. And then the other thing, the problem is that with that model though, Top Shot Up, like, it's a good call on that one. I'm going to have a good line here that you're going to hear on the Grindhouse. And you might have heard it somewhere before. A quote. Here we can have a Grinds quote. But, the interesting thing is that Game Pass doesn't even give you an investment into the console, because it's a basically fly-by-night bullshit. So when you're paying money for Game Pass, you don't even own those games. So you could easily just cancel the subscription, and that console is a paperweight. When you buy a console and then you start buying games, then you're invested, and then maybe you want to move on to upgrade. But when you're just going to get an S and get Game Pass, there's no financial tie into that. So you unsubscribe, and that console's good as a doorstop. That's it. It's done.
And that's why a streaming stick to Microsoft would have made a lot more. But it would have made a lot more sense than a Series S.
Once you stop paying, that thing is not garbage. You throw it away.
Yeah, listen, it's just like a Fire Stick. If I choose to not, deal with Amazon or whatever, it's a doorway. But I can say I only spend $30, right? Okay, cool. $30. Yeah. But if I done spend $300 on something and it's a dead weight, that's a big issue. That's when I have a
that's
problem.
An expensive dead weight. You're right. If you're doing a $35 device, hit that like button, everybody. But yeah, you're doing a $35 device, throw that out. That's a $300 paperweight. That's expensive. But there's a line that I heard. Oh, I was gonna tell you the line that I heard. Yeah, and it actually goes to exactly what J-Dub was saying and what Top Shadow was saying. It's like, buy nice or buy twice. I heard somebody say that when they were talking about quality stuff, and it's like, you buy nice or you're gonna buy it twice, and that's it. You buy.
Wait a minute, Jazz. They told me that people only have 1080p TVs, so why would they buy? Why would the Series S is great? Because nobody's buying them. Nobody's buying 4K televisions.
Exactly, they're not buying 4K television. But the other thing too is, then why would they even be buying an S? Why would they even be in the market for a new console if they don't even care about the frame rates and resolution? Like, they don't care.
Resolution.
So it's a null point. The 1080p TV doesn't have any weight into why the S would be successful. The S is being successful because of the price point, but of the people that complained about power. Like, and when they're like, "Oh, I just buy it for my kids," I'm like, "Well, I bought my kid a PS5. Like what's the you want to buy him an S and put him in the den, fine. But like, my kid's playing the games that he wants to play. Like, and I'm showing him God of Wars and all that other stuff. And this doesn't mean it's the kids' console. Like, oh, well, just give it to the kids. It's like, well, yeah, if you don't care. And you don't care in quality or these exclusive games, these incredible games, and you don't want to give those experiences, then yeah, go buy it. But like, the problem is, the inherent problem with this whole thing is that we're 2 years in, and they still do not have any games or roadmap or release dates. And I said this last week. The Halo and Psychonauts 2 got delayed out of 2020, and they became your 2021. Redfall and Starfield got delayed out of this year with nothing, and now they're your 2023. Like, they're just hand-me-offs. Like, where's the roadmap? Like, these two games should be joining a slew of brand new games coming next year. No, they're not. Horizon was delayed. God of War was delayed. Ratchet and Clank. All these games were delayed. Last of Us 2 was delayed, and we got to play them. Already done, move on. And some of them got DLC. You still do not have a roadmap. You still don't have games. You still have lists of studios that they are partnering with other studios without any updates to the games at all. And one thing that we were talking about, but bottoming this out, right? Selling this low bottom. I saw this article, and it's actually the Amazon deal, right? Sell the razor for little and make it up with the blades. But for Amazon, the Alexa thing is not working. They said, let's sell the device Alexa on everything. Amazon's worldwide digital group responsible for Alexa, the company's voice chat assistant, in a report to Business Insider said it was revealed that the division is on track to lose a staggering $10 billion this year and will be the main focus of 10,000 cut jobs with the company.
What game? What are we talking about now?
I'm talking about Alexa voice. This whole thing of giving something away for cheap
and
to try to make it up with the blades. You know, the razor blade thing?
Since you're talking about Amazon and all this, you know, Amazon purchased MGM, right? Which is a movie distributor. And they're looking to do they're looking to invest about $1 billion a year in putting movies in theaters. And they're going to do anywhere from 8 to 10 titles annually, possibly in theaters. Because guess what? This streaming shit isn't making any money.
Goddamn, Netflix is putting movies in theaters. The Knives Out 2 is going into theaters from Netflix.
For a whole month, exclusively.
Why is that? Why is that? And this is another thing, because this was, you remember, Microsoft said that their target is Amazon. They're going after Amazon. This is another kind of misstep here, because Amazon execs assumed that their voice products, this is the problem what they thought with Alexa. They said that it would eventually translate into voice-based shopping. As people grew accustomed to this virtual assistant in their homes, they would say that, hey, Alexa, reorder some toilet paper. But it never happened. For the obvious reasons. Occasional asking to play music instead, not buy products. And the thing is that other companies such as Domino's and Uber have their own voice-based transactions. Amazon got a cut, but it never materialized. Of course, hindsight's 2020. Why did an e-commerce company delve into smart speakers at all? And it was because of Amazon Web Services, the cloud computing, which turned out to be the most profitable division. Netflix, for example, doesn't run on any streaming video off its own hardware. Netflix uses Amazon. Activision uses Google. Right? Instead of only selling its capacity to others, Amazon decided that it could use the crunch requests for its own products. Alexa, do I need an umbrella? Do I need this? Well, they're losing so much money with Alexa by giving this stuff away, thinking that it was going to turn people into voice shoppers and they would make money. And instead, it didn't do that. So they're losing tons of money on this. They thought of a model, just like this Game Pass model. Let's give it away for cheap, and they will buy the games. When people could play and beat the system and play your games for cheap, they're not going to buy them. Look at Plague's Tale. You got to play that game for your subscription. Do you see it on the MPDs? No. People didn't use this the way they were supposed, that they thought they were going to use it. Oh, well, we just put the voice assistant everywhere and make it super convenient. They will come. No, they didn't. They misread it. And now they can't make it profitable. They're cutting the losses and moving on. And they're trying to sell their web services, their back end, to do that. Yeah, I'm going to be quiet with my thing. It's their fault for false assumptions. I agree. But this whole model of giving it away for free to try to make it up like, hey, let's bottom out the Xbox so that more people. Remember, Satya said about half the people coming on with the Series X are new customers. But that's the same time that Satya also said they did not grow in Game Pass subscribers. So tell me, is it working? Is this yielding more subscribers? Notice they're not giving away. I thought, why wouldn't you give away Game Pass with the S? At least a month. Like, why wouldn't you bundle that? Like, I don't. I'm just so. I don't. You know what? I can't even think straight anymore about this thing, and that's gonna take us into these crazy Activision people here. But like, I don't understand their strategy. Like, is it about Game Pass? Is it not about Game Pass? Is it about increasing your subs? Phil said it's only gonna be 10%. and he don't see it growing anymore. He just said that there's slow growth on the Xbox because he basically got everybody who wanted to subscribe. I don't understand where they're focusing. Like, where is it? Like, is it Game Pass? Is it cloud? Is it what? It's backpedaling. It's Philness. It's all over this place.
You know what, Jess? It's because they don't know.
They don't know. I'm convinced they don't know.
They're just trying to remain relevant in gaming after they have, went on record, shown the Microsoft CFO in the court case, Apple versus Epic Games, showed that the CFO said that they've never made a single profit on Xbox, on the Xbox division. So
dirt's coming out, man.
Listen, they've been in gaming over 20 years and you never turned a profit. That says a lot, and I think them trying to move to this cloud stuff and the model that they have, that was like one last ditch effort. Even right, spending $100 billion to get Bethesda and Blizzard Activision. It's all desperation. They didn't have the time. They didn't want the time that it takes to actually nurture talent from within. So they figure, hey, we'll take the most popular game and just and publisher just buy it, and that'll force people to have to come our way. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. I don't know, man. Gamers, I mean, time after time, they'll show you if you make a great game, we will come. If you don't, we won't. We won't show up, and people aren't showing up because they don't have the game.
Dude, even when they showed the game, like I said, after Starfield was shown, did it increase hype for Starfield? No, it didn't.
Well, Jess, it's a difference. You can't backdoor, with Starfield and Redfall after Sony done showed you fucking Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine and Final Fantasy 7. You can't. You can't do that. You can't come out, with some new movie after they done showed you the next Avengers movie. You can't. The hype is going to be fizzled out.
Yeah.
And while I do want Starfield and Redfall to be good games, let's just face it, they're not going to compete and be on the caliber as a Wolverine or.
Oh, no way. I don't even know why. I don't even think Redfall's on the same level as a Starfield. I just think because they got delayed together, that's why the people are hyping them together. Because Redfall, remember, when they showed that, they didn't even talk about that game at all. They showed that CGI trailer, and it was forgotten about, and it was no announced. I remember in January, February this year, I was like, wait, guys, this is supposed to come out in summer. Where's the game? Everybody's like, it's too early. What are you talking about? It's only January. Stop worrying. Okay. And then look, get the lead. And I'm like, why am I asking? Shouldn't you on the Xbox podcast and the Xbox show, shouldn't you be like, your first goddamn topic of every goddamn show should be like, where are our games and game updates to the games that they announced? Not one, I don't see any websites. I don't see any Xbox Mondo, Xbox Gutierrez, Xbox Excedras, and all these. I don't see articles flying out of their goddamn website going, where is the games? Why is it taking so long? Every game that Microsoft's making is taking a half a decade to make? Every game? Everything. People just said in the super chat, Ragnarok was shown, the Horizon was shown after goddamn Hellblade 2 was announced. Hellblade 1 came out like in 15, 16? Like, what do you... And all they keep talking about is more power, new games. New games? What about the old games?
You're my number one
the
customer.
The new games you talked about 4 years ago are old now. And know what's crazy? And I said this. Each game that Sony's releasing, you're seeing a game breakdown each time. Forspoken's getting little sizzle reel trailers about the combat, about this, about that. You don't see any of that with any of those Xbox games at all. And not one person is concerned. They're all like, it's fine. It's this. It's that. Goddamn. Oh my goodness. I know, J-Dub, it's been a while, but Tim Dog has fell off the deep end. Your buddy Tim Dog. Oh my goodness, dude. He fell off the deep end. He went after Sony, saying that if Sony doesn't have a showcase because they're afraid of competition and the whole Activision deal, it's going to be pathetic. And they wouldn't believe it. And it's so pathetic that they did it. But then he goes on to say about Xbox possibly missing this. I bet if they have nothing too crazy, if deals weren't up in the air, I think the case may be much different. They could put games in Windows, but again, too much in the air. I don't know if it's annoying or what it is. You know, he was like, it's okay if Microsoft doesn't show up to goddamn the Game Awards, because that came from Bootleg Jez on his goddamn show saying that he won't bet that Microsoft is going to have anything at the Game Awards. And so he was like, oh, well, you know what? It's another year, another disappointment. I'm like I said before, Phil Spencer needs to come in there and with release dates. When are you going to, if these games are supposed to come out the first half of next year, when are you going to announce it? Stealth drop games? Is that what they're going to do?
Jazz, here's the bigger issue. As a gamer, why do you care about all the internal stuff of these corporations? Shouldn't you just only care about the games? Because at the end of the day,
exactly.
If you call yourself a gamer, it's all about the games. It's only ever been about the games. It will forever, until the end of time, be only about the games. So I don't understand why these guys keep giving Microsoft a pass.
How do you not get upset? Like, how do are they afraid to show that they're upset and concerned? Because this is the most irrelevant I've seen Xbox in all the 20 years. Like, they have gone down such a path now of irrelevancy that it's like, how do you come back? The PR that they're losing with this Activision deal, all the stuff that's coming out from them saying we suck, we can't do this, we're not going to make Game Pass at 15%. Like, how do you come back from this and go, guys, we're stronger than ever. This is incredible. We're back in business. Screw you, Sony. Here we come. How do you come back from this? And here's another tweet. He has, honestly, I expect a bigger 2020. Oh, man, JW, you were around with this one. I expect a bigger, this was January 4th of this year. He goes, honestly, I expect a bigger 2022 than 21 from Xbox. This is going to continue to be better year over year for a good while with what's announced. A ton of stuff that's unannounced. Jesus. Hearing they are extremely busy in Redmond. This is for a reason. That reason is video games. Yeah. Well.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So, and think about it. What we know was delayed Starfield and Redfall year over year. Halo and Forza. I wouldn't call Starfield and Redfall a bigger year than Halo and Forza. And that's Halo when it was being ball washed by the internet. And then Halo after January got its dick kicked off, and it was a piece of shit. And they can't figure out seasonality and all that other shit. But we're gonna go down. I think this calls for a segment here, because this is when I almost lost it today. The Clowns and the 3 C's come out, and the J-Dub don't really know about the 3 C's, so I'm going to tell him, introduce the 3 C's. Link knows who they are. They are called the Clowns, the Checkmarks, or Kappas, and the Cocksuckers! Those are the 3 C's of the internet. And they came out in full force with this Activision deal. Absolutely astounding. I couldn't fall out. I typically don't talk, but this is the thing. When you are supposed to be a, quote, media outlet, a media person, you're not a YouTuber, you're not here on the Twitters, and you are a media person. And when I saw these clowns coming out of the woodwork, talking about this whole FTC and Microsoft stuff, and the fact they're complaining about Sony stopping the deal Oh no. Oh no. Sony's crying, they said. Sony's crying. Meanwhile, nobody brought up Satya.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud,
Satya couldn't even talk straight. The bullshit couldn't come off his tongue fast enough. He was trying to spew some bullshit out there. He's like, cloud, something. Say something, Satya, you fucking stuttering ass.
Hey, Jez.
Yes.
This is what I don't think you or anybody else kind of noticed. Jim Ryan is the what? He's the head of the PlayStation division.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Phil Spencer is the head of the Xbox division, correct?
Yep.
How come I don't see the head of Sony, the top dog at Sony, out there on the stumps trying to sell people on the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Plus and all this stuff that they got coming out, right? But you got the head of Microsoft, the whole head of the corporation. He's out there on the stump for Xbox trying to convince people that he's still that Xbox is still the way to go and they're fully invested in Xbox. That in itself is a desperation move. It shows you that something is not right and that these guys are scared. It just, I don't think anybody picked up on that.
Now, well, gaming division. Well, no, there's a CEO of Sony, but like the thing is that Sony is just making games, and the games do the talking. They are and I said this before. They're not crying to this thing. They are saying, "Hey, I said this before. Microsoft is going to own the game ball to Call of Duty, the biggest game, right?
If they own it, they mean this shit might not even go through,
right? The thing is like Sony's just going to sit there and let Microsoft own the game that makes tons of revenue for their platform in microtransactions and sales and is a big thing. And Sony knows the value of it because they pay for the timed content. And when people go, well, how is Sony saying Microsoft can't do the same thing? Do you realize when people think that Sony just walks into a publisher and going, we want your game. And like the publisher is like, sure, whatever you say, Mr. Sony. It is a partnership. It is a deal.
Right.
You see what Phil Spencer could do the same exact thing. If he thought Call of Duty was important, why did he drop it? They knew it was a big thing in the
because
360.
guess what, Jess? You know why?
Because they wanted out.
No, well, yeah, and because they started focusing on Game Pass as their primary.
Connect. They were focusing on Connect shit. They were like, oh,
well,
no,
what I mean is
Call of Duty.
Yeah, but what I mean is like they aren't making these type of deals anymore because their focus is that for the longest was this damn service.
Phil did Tomb Raider. Everybody was fine with that. If Phil didn't have to buy Eidos Montreal to give you Tomb Raider, he didn't have to buy EA to give you Titanfall. Phil did the same thing. So Sony going over there and saying, hey, we're going to give you money. Oh, sure, we'll give you this stuff. And then they have a partnership of exclusivity. Hey, you know what? Forspoken. We're going to fund the game. Here's the money. You go make the game. Okay, sure. Sounds like a great deal. Microsoft could do the same exact thing. But now they want to own all this IP under Activision. And then they own the distribution, the creation. They own everything about it. It is not a time deal. Like you see even these timed exclusivity deals. At the bottom, this is until this time. Then they could do whatever they want. That is not equivalent to owning the whole goddamn publisher.
No, and if you look,
it's not.
If you look at all the acquisitions that Sony has made for the most part. None of their acquisitions ended up with Xbox getting less games. They aren't buying publishers and studios and then taking games off of Xbox. Yeah. If you've noticed, look at the acquisitions they've made. Have any of these acquisitions resulted in less games for Microsoft? No.
And there was no big thing with Bungie either.
When they bought Bungie said we're still going to remain multi-platform. Whereas Microsoft has shown a propensity to buy stuff and take it off PlayStation.
And buy third party, dude. And buying third party. Wolfenstein's and Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls 6, which they just said it's not going to be that big, which,
They say one thing. They say one thing and do something else. They claim that exclusives, it's making exclusive game like they're not focused on doing that kind of stuff.
Anti-consumer.
But then in the interview, Phil says exclusive gaming is the lifeblood of console gaming.
Exactly.
He don't know what.
Meanwhile, he said
can't even make up
exclusives
his
don't
mind.
move the industry forward too. Like,
right,
dude. Like he talks out his
they
ass.
don't. Because the thing is, they say whatever they need to say to fit whatever narrative they're trying to push at that time,
or whoever they're talking to,
or whoever they're talking to. It's not even about telling the truth.
But the fans, though, the fans, the Xbox fans, the Phil fans, they ride with that. They're okay with that, which is crazy,
they're
right?
Okay with
they're
them
okay
lying with no games. I don't understand.
Yeah, they lied and told you
You're
I'm more excited
customer.
for what I didn't show you, and turn around and give you a whole year full of nothingness. Like, I don't get that in any other industry, right? That person would have been ran out of town. People would have had pitchforks and knives and torches at the front door.
It happens in sports,
right?
J-Dub, all the time.
It happens in sports all
when
the
you
time.
lose in
Stop.
games, the coach is not answering. The coach doesn't do the right thing. Who's the first one out? The players?
No, it's the coach.
The coach who can't get their shit together. Your quarterback throws 20 interceptions and he's like, we suck this year. And the coach gets on there and says, guess who's fired? The quarterback? No, the goddamn coach. The management.
For some reason, they are infatuated with Phil Spencer.
That's why I want him out, dude, because then
he gotta go.
If he leaves, then that's why I want Phil out, because he is a mirage. He is basically a deflector of what's wrong with that. If he goes, then people will see, dude, they're in trouble because they just love him.
You need Phil Spencer there. You know why?
No.
Phil Spencer is showing you the difference between how to run a company successfully, like, and what to do and what not to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
well, he's showing you what not to do.
Exactly.
But he's winning awards, bitch. He's winning awards. Holy shit.
But listen, he got an award for what we don't know, right? We don't know.
He got a Lifetime Achievement Award for Philness in the world.
Listen, the question was posed. If Phil, knock on wood, but if Phil Spencer was to die today or tomorrow, what would his legacy be? What game would you see attached to him? Right?
Voodoo
what is his legacy? What would his legacy be? What did he?
With the original assets. Voodoo Vince's original assets.
Actually, he don't have a game. He loved Crackdown. Was his favorite franchise. Crackdown 3 was a flop.
Yeah.
Halo failed under him.
Yeah.
Like, he basically destroyed Halo. Like, Halo 5 was decent, and then they just dug it a hole for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And that was all under his realm. 6 years on the all Phil, Halo Infinite, and Matt Booty. They turned out that game. It's disgusting. And what's crazy is that they talked about the game being a service game since day one, as why stuff wasn't there, and then they couldn't even get their shit together to make it a proper service game. They still don't even know what the hell they're doing now, and they've lost so much faith and install base that they're just gonna have, just like Starfield, they're gonna have the community make it. Crossfire X, he went over for Smilegate. He's bringing quality games to you. Crossfire X under him. Yep, exactly, Maniola. Smilegate. Well, hearing all this stuff, right? Well, there was some Politico, some clickbait tabloid. Jez Gordon was like, I'm going to go after this because Bootleg Jez has to go after anything negative about the Activision deal that says, hey, their FTC is going to probably start a big, long-ass case. And also, there's going to be some, this is going to take a while. Well, he went on to that, and then he says this, and then basically Jason Schreier comes out and gave him a slap back. He came out there, and he's like, you know what, Bootleg? I got something for you. He goes, I got something for you, Bootleg. And he goes, what? What do you mean? He goes, I'm defending Phil Spencer. And he's like, what? I got something for you. He goes, an FTC lawsuit does not mean the deal won't go through, clown. It means a significant court battle. He goes, an article offering a caveat that the lawsuit hasn't been filed yet does not contradict that it's likely to happen. The guy said there's going to be a lawsuit from the FTC, and Jez Gordon immediately comes out and calls it flabbergasted. He's like, no way. This is not true at all. This is irrelevant. Xbox guys, look away. Don't look at the green light. Go look away.
Got time for that.
Look away. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry about it. He's the same clown that comes out as when the initiative is like, we're getting bootleg help from Crystal Dynamics. He's like, I've known this all along. It's natural. You're supposed to have 3 balls. It's normal. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Bullshit. Matt Booty comes out with his dirty ass, stinky ass going like, hey, you know what? This is very unique. We never done this before. This is not typical of doing this stuff. But Bootleg says it's okay. Goddamn Bootleg. Fuck out of here. Then, talking about clowns, goddamn Bozo himself came out of the fucking circus. Ryan fucking McCaffrey. Holy shit. Fucking the It Clown came out of the goddamn bullshit. Oh, this guy. Holy shit. He comes out here doing, if Sony woe is me, lobbying campaign is actually successful all over one game. Ryan McCaffrey made a goddamn career on the Xbox dashboard, doing Inside Xbox with bullshit Major Nelson. He would do videos just to your console, hyping up Call of Duty DLC, dressing up as a Call of Duty character. Look at me, Xbox exclusive DLC. He's doing, Call of Duty's not that big a game. This son of a bitch goes, well, if this Activision deal, they're pivoting. Because if this Activision deal doesn't go through, they all look like assholes and they don't know what to talk about on their channels. I could see Microsoft ultimately making things much worse for Sony by going at them on their home turf, buying Square Enix, Capcom, Atlas, etc. I almost coughed up a goddamn lung at this circus. You are the media. You are IGN ignorant as can be. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean go at Sony and buy up Japan? What? Goddamn Bozo himself! That's the message you want to send? Sony stopping the deal? And now Microsoft has a lot of money and they're angry. They're so angry at Sony. We're gonna get you. We're gonna buy up all the games so that you don't get them. Ha 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 ha. Listen, clown. Circus is over. Facts are coming to town. You think if the Activision deal gets canceled because they don't want to take games away from Sony and competition, you think that what? A Square Enix Capcom deal will get approved? You think they could just waltz into Japan and just go buy somebody? What the fuck is your brain from? Fucking wrong with people? What's wrong with you? That's how you think they compete? So Microsoft can't make a goddamn game to save themselves. But now the only way for them to compete is to do essentially what they're being sued for, like what they can't get approved. Buying games that were multi-platform and taking them away from the competition and owning them. So if this gets declined because Sony has a problem with that, Microsoft's response should do exactly what they did not get approved for, clown. That's what you're saying. They're getting declined because they were getting accused of taking games away from Sony, so their response is going to use that money because they just got $70 billion that they got to spend Daddy Warbucks' cash and go buy a Sony, a studio out there in Japan to take away games from Sony as vengeful? That's what you turned your IGN.
That's how you know these dudes are hurting, man.
They're fucking hurting, dude. They got kicked
Yeah,
in the nuts
it
3
hurt.
times. They're seeing their balls in their fucking mouth. That's what they're doing. They don't know what to say anymore. I said they're talking in slurs. They're like, they don't even know how to spin this shit. They're spinning this stuff so much, they don't even make sense anymore. It's the same shit that Xbox and Phil Spencer are doing. They're lying so much, they don't even know what the fuck. They're like, wait a second. I said that exclusives don't matter? Oh, fuck. Exclusives matter now. Oh, shit. Did I say that Bethesda games are going to be wherever Xbox is? They're exclusive now. Huh? Like, they were going to be on. I don't know. They don't know. Phil has talked them. Microsoft has spun them around so many times that they're looking up and they're seeing their balls. That's how spun around they are. They're so fucking. They're like, this is what a media person says on there. That this is what they're doing. Not make better games. Not work on the 25 fucking studios they purchased since 2018. Not just make games. You want to know what's so funny? Is that I went back on this show and went back to when we listened to when Microsoft was going to make Xbox 20 years ago. And they went to Nintendo to go buy them. And when Nintendo said, go fuck yourself, Microsoft came back and said, oh shit, we're going to have to do this on our own. That's what I want to happen. Because this whole buying shit is exactly what they wanted to do 20 years ago when they created the Xbox. They didn't want to do it. They wanted somebody else to do it for them. And they just sit in the background and collect the money. That's why they went to go buy Nintendo. Because they didn't want to do it themselves. But when everybody said, no, go suck a dick. Go do it yourself. Then Robbie Bach came back and going, uh-oh, we got to do this ourselves. And then that's when Xbox came out. And they actually had to put the rubber to the mat and do it themselves. So this going and buying all these studios and these publishers, buying all these publishers, this is not Microsoft doing themselves. This should all get declined because Microsoft should be really looking internally at their 20 studios that they bought and making sure that those games come out with the top quality they should come out with. That's what they should be doing. But instead, they're jerking off the neighbors with Bethesda, Redfall, because you think about it, if they never bought Bethesda, what would this year and last year be? This year and next year, what would it be if they didn't buy $7 billion of Bethesda? What would it be? It'd be nothing. They don't want to do it themselves. And this is desperate. This is a clown. I was like, what the hell is wrong with people? That is pathetic. Like, I don't even know if that's horrible. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know because he blocked me, so I don't even know if that's real that he said that shit. But if he did, he should be fucking ashamed of himself because I think that is horrible. And I've seen this before from other people where they're just like, these media people like, yeah, just go buy all the Sony studios. That'll get them. They'll tell them not to mess around with Microsoft. What? Because Jez Corden said the same thing. He said something similar. It was like, well, guess what? If Sony blocks this Activision deal with their crying, if they do it with their crying, then Microsoft's going to take that money and go buy things that really get them upset.
You're my number one customer.
They must be running a fucking comedy show, these clowns. What is wrong with them? What is wrong? It's just so disgusting. It's just so, and you know, and it just, I think Tom Moore, somebody said it, like these Warren, Jez, Bootleg Jez, Ryan McCaffrey, other people, like, what are you trying to prove? Like, what, like, because you want to know what, and I'll get to the super chat. You want to know what, Link? The one thing that I haven't seen at all from anybody is anybody telling us why this deal is good for the gamers.
They can't tell you.
Grinders in the chat. Have you heard this whole year how this deal would be good for you? I haven't. All this stuff. Sati is like, it's about choice. Well, Satya, I tell you it's about choice. Guess what? Activision has the choice right now, and they're not choosing Game Pass. That's a problem. They won't put their games in Game Pass. They're not choosing you. So what is this? It's about choice. Nothing. Oh, putting the old games in Game Pass. Well, you know what's hilarious is Activision's like, we never put our games in a service. Ever. You know, we won't put our games in a service. Look at this. You want to see something? If I missed something like a benefit of this service, please put it in the chat. And I'll get to the super chats now. Sony don't believe in Call of Duty's like, we don't believe in services at all. Pause. All the Call of Duty games that have been free on PlayStation Plus. Not on Xbox, games of gold. PlayStation Plus. They had Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They had Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. They had Call of Duty World War II. They had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign remastered. And they had Call of Duty Black Ops 4. All in PlayStation Plus given away that I still have today. So, was this $70 billion? Was this a year of legislation? Was this a year of people crying? Did we sit here and talk about lawyers and read documents and have a 4-hour marathon session reading legal quotes to get these games in PlayStation Plus? Link, do you recall that? I remember sitting in litigation meetings to get these games. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Put on my goddamn fucking My Cousin Vinny thing. I went in there, I was like, the two Utes! The two Utes! They told me I could Call of Duty and Game Pass if I read these legal documents. You mean you saw these games leaving the sack of suds through all these trees? These two Utes! Do you remember I was sitting in the law? I was sitting there, I was like, Your Honor, please. They're innocent. These games. Let me read you the legal documentation. I'm Cousin Vinny, damn it. I'll tell you how these games. I was in the year of litigations to get these games. The papers. My biological clock. 5-minute grits. You got magic grits. Does water boil faster on your stove than in all the nation? Are these magic grits? I had it all. I was in there with the lawyers trying to get Call of Duty on PlayStation Plus. You sure about the 5 minutes? You really sure? A Buick Skylark ran out of Sony headquarters. You sure? I'm positive. Does defense hold water? This. Remember the years grinded? You were here. I was right here. The sack of suds. The two Utes. Remember all the legal documents to get this in a service? Metallic mint and green Buick Skylark coming out of Sony headquarters. $70 billion deals to get. Is that the benefit of this $70 billion deal? They're signing 10 years. 10 years. That's the concession they're going to make. 10 years. And you guys are out there hyping this thing like it's exciting. If Sony agrees to 10 years, dude, 10 years in technology of Call of Duty on PlayStation. 10 years. Are you going to save those tweets if Twitter's even around in 10 years? I told you Xbox would be back. You're going to have 10 years of what? Old-ass Call of Duty games in the service? Sony was getting that already without a 10-year deal. Where was Microsoft? Black Ops 4 joined the PlayStation lineup in July of 2021. Who would have thought? Look, old Call of Duty games in the service. Is that what you're hyping up? Because we've been there and done that already. We did this already. Black Ops 3 came during E3 2018. We've been there, dude. What are you waiting for? We've been there already. Modern Warfare Remastered came to PlayStation Plus subscribers in 2019. You still waiting? Keep doing it. World War II came to PlayStation Plus for free. And then the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign was there. And then finally Black Ops 4. And you want to know what's crazy too? Which one was it? They were part of the PlayStation Plus collection. There was Black Ops Zombies collection as part of the PlayStation Plus collection. It's been there all before. $70 billion? Litigations to get old games in a subscription? Dude, that's old news. Is that news that you're going to be hyping up? If this deal gets done? That's why it's good for gamers? Get these poor super chats here. Thank you, guys. Let's go. Best comparison. Cloaked Onyx wrote the 5. He goes, best comparison. Game Pass used to remind me of Blockbuster. Now it reminds me of Adobe Flash Player game websites like Miniclip and others. I know. The quality of Game Pass has gone downhill. They have not really did a good job of curating anything. Gotham Knights, Saints Row. Even those games would have been a little like, oh, that's interesting getting that for Game Pass. They didn't even get that. Nothing. Top Shotta with the $2 goes, Game Pass didn't reach 35 million, which delayed Starfield. And that's where I think a lot of people are saying J-Dub, shout out J-Dub, must have got disconnected. And Link, the fact that, the Link says this. He says that he thinks it's purposeful delays. He thinks these games are getting delayed because the Game Pass numbers, the subscriber numbers are just not there to warrant a release of a game. And I'm convinced. I think that's true. I agree with Link. I think there is a lot of weight as to how these Game Pass numbers are growing at the rate they are. And I think that is giving more credence to them to delay these games and give them more time. Because while the game can get delayed and get more time, they could try to grab more subscribers. And I think that's it. I think trying to get all these big bottomed out Series S's, get those people on board, and you're going to have a big install base to release the game. I think that's another reason why Halo was delayed an entire year. Because the Game Pass numbers weren't in there to sustain a campaign. But Halo just wasn't ready. So who knows about that? Twisted Sync with the 5. He goes, Game Pass. He goes, this is the same guy that gave Alien Isolation a 5.9 on IGN. Oh my God, yeah. Dude, if that's a real tweet from Ryan McCaffrey, he should be ashamed of himself, because that is just, I don't understand. I don't understand how they are angry at Sony for having something to say about this deal. I don't get it. They're nuts in the head. How is this a bad Sony? You still have not told me my initial question that I asked. It is real, Josh says. Oh, shit. You still haven't answered my initial. Why is this a good deal for us? Oh, this puts Call of Duty everywhere. Call of Duty is everywhere already. It is on mobile natively. It doesn't need cloud. It's natively on mobile. It is on Xbox. It's on PlayStation. It's on PC. All this $70 billion to get Call of Duty on the Switch? Is that what we're doing? Is that what your money's going to do? Switch players, have you seen anybody say they want Call of Duty? Did they learn their lesson? But honestly, what do we do? Like, what is the benefit here? Is this going to give you a better Call of Duty? You're not going to get exclusive Call of Duty for 10 years. Does that mean Call of Duty goes in Game Pass? So the whole point of this deal is so that you don't have to buy Call of Duty. But if you like Call of Duty, you don't want to buy it? Make them make sense. You're excited to not buy a game that you are excited to play. I'll say that again slowly. You want this deal to go through so that you're excited to not buy a game that you're excited for to play it. If that makes sense. Wait. You're excited to not pay for a game that you're excited for. Is that it? Am I talking in tongues? Is that what the benefit of this is? I love Call of Duty. I would like not to buy it. So I am hyped for this deal so I don't have to buy a game that I want to play. Because I would have
number one customer.
Bought it anyway, or I would not buy it because I don't want to play it unless it's given to me for free. And that's if it's going to be for free in the next 10 years. Man, if I was Sony, man, I would make Microsoft jump through hoops, and that's what they're doing. It's hilarious. Jim Ryan's out there with a goddamn poker, and he's just poking at the beast. He's like, let me mess this up. And Microsoft's the one that's stuttering over themselves. It's about choice. It's about games. It's about us. It's about you. It's about me. It's about Phil. It's about... They're stuttering over themselves. Oh, Call of Duty's not a big a deal. Who cares about Call of Duty? Then Call of Duty comes and says, like, sells $10 billion sales in Call of Duty. Microsoft, you just said Call of Duty's not a big deal. They just sold a shit ton. All right, that's bullshit. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to respond. They didn't think this through. They're not coming with coherent responses. Oh, Call of Duty is fine. It'll be there for 3 years. Now it'll be whenever people want to play PlayStation, it will be there. Phil commits on the goddamn a podcast. Now it's a 10-year deal signed in ink. Oh, come on. It's 10 years. It's 3 years. Make up your mind. It is that. It's they're excited for games that they don't want to buy. Okay. So if they're excited for it and have to buy it, then they don't want the game. That's my understanding. You can't be excited and have to pay. You gotta be excited and get it for free. That's the tricks. That's that's what they gotta jump through. And I'm here to tell you all of this. It grinds my gears. Why? You're playing great games on God of War. J-Dub said it. Link said it. It's about competition, and it's about competition, the right competition. Making a game, be inspired by God of War to make your, quote, God of War. You should see the quality. They commented. And this is another thing. How do you accept this? More legal document stuff. Where is it? Activision stock fell after the report that the FCC could block Microsoft. Dude, this thing is a mess. And here's Microsoft's response to this. Call of Duty's not important. Call of Duty's not unique. They responded, Call of Duty does not drive social media conversations. There were more than 2.4 billion tweets about gaming in 2021, and Call of Duty made it to the top 10. Call of Duty is irrelevant. How? They're that clueless about gaming that they think Call of Duty is irrelevant? Google doesn't like the deal either, Wild Wolf. Nobody's getting on Google's ass. No, they want to be angry at Sony for saying, "Hey, not a good deal, dude." And then this is the other thing. They're going to offer concessions, right? They're going to offer concessions. Then when you look 10 years, if you look at the concessions, how is the Microsoft shareholders go, well, why are you spending $70 billion to just keep things the way they are? How are you making that money back? What are you going to do? If they're making you, well, we'll make money back from them. And like, if these concessions really jeopardize what Microsoft is wanting to do with Activision Blizzard, then how are they even going to get favorable approvals to go ahead with this? Not to mention the legalities of going into Activision when they were grabbing ass and trying to get them at a low price, and their stock even drops even more, and overpaying for them. It started with sleaze, and it's been sleaze for the entire year. And Josh says if it gives a 10-year deal, it will not touch Game Pass for a decade. Microsoft will wait them. They'll kill themselves by waiting them. They'll starve themselves. Oh, that was the first thing I got. Copy left. That was the first thing. Those hoodies. No, they were dick and ball warmers. That's what those things are. It is all free entertainment. Look at this. Block and Elder Scrolls. Here's Phil. And then the thing is, they just bought Bethesda for $7 billion. Uh-oh. Mary Wilcox, you didn't see this? Mary, look, Mary. Here they are. They're real. Microsoft made basically dick and ball warmers for the holidays. There it is. $25. Yep. I had it queued up, Mary. There, sorry. It is true. And then the last two things about this whole 10-year thing. One of the things is that Microsoft agreed that Sony has incredible first-party games that they can't compete. Oh, here's the other. I forgot to do Destin. Forgot to do him. They are still calling all this stuff that Sony does. Like, instead of saying, hey, Microsoft, why don't you do this? They are going like, hey, well, Sony does this. They don't want Microsoft to do this to them. They're owning the publisher. They could create the game how they want it. This is not a timed deal. This is not a deal that Call of Duty, Activision had to agree with Sony on this. Sony then hostily take over Activision going, now we own your beta, bitch. No. Activision saw lucrative in the deal. Okay, well, Sony, you want to pay extra? We'll give you the beta. It was a deal. What Microsoft's doing, nobody's picking them. Nobody's taking Microsoft to the prom. Nobody wants to dance with Stutter and Satya.
Everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud, and
Satya is sitting in the corner with the punch. Nobody wants to dance with Microsoft. Nobody wants to dance with Xbox because their mind share is in the gutter. They don't sell the consoles. Their games are not selling. Sony's grabbing mind share. Nintendo's grabbing mind share. Publishers want to work with the best. Right?
Do not be sorry. Be better.
They want to work with the market leader. You act like Sony's over there. It's like, Call of Duty, we just took your beta, bitch. It's ours now. Thanks. We got these head snaps. They're ours exclusively, bitch. We own them now. Activision has no say in this, right? Activision's like, Sony, you want us to make some ball sacks? You could sell them in the game store in the season pass. Yeah, it sounds great. Here's some money. Give us some exclusive ball warmers. Okay, good. We'll put them on the characters. But what Microsoft is doing is buying the whole goddamn thing. You know, what's funny is like, you got the cow that makes milk, right? Sony's going into the cow saying, hey, I'm going to buy a couple of gallons of milk, but you only sell these to me for about a month or so. And I'm going to sell my milk. And the dairy farmer's like, sure, give me some extra money and I'll give you, let you take the milk first. Microsoft, free market, has plenty to go, excuse me, how much is Sony offering you for this milk farmer? $10 a gallon to get it first? Well, guess what? I'm coming in here and I'll give you $25 a gallon to bring it first to my customers, Mr. Farmer. Oh, so you're going to outbid them to bring it to your customers? Yes, because I find value in the milk. I find value in bringing this quality milk to my people, to my salespeople, right? Microsoft has $70 billion. They couldn't go into Activision and go, you know what? This year, Call of Duty, we get the beta first. How did Sony make these deals and Microsoft can't make them? Sony makes these crazy contracts written in blood that Microsoft can't out-negotiate or out-purchase. Why isn't Microsoft then going to make deals with EA and Battlefield? Titanfall, let's fund the Titanfall 4. Hey, Farmer, you're paying $10. They're paying you $10. We'll give you $30. We have $70 billion worth of money here. I'll pay whatever you want, $50 a gallon. I believe my Xbox gamers deserve this. Akeem got the punchline right there. So what Microsoft did, instead of going in there and saying, we will bring this content to our gamers, Microsoft goes, you want to know what? Now nobody gets fucking milk. Now I'm buying the whole fucking cow and the farm. And the farmer. Your bitch ass is working for me now. And we shall applaud this? Microsoft walked in, instead of saying, hey, I'll just pay a little extra for the milk, Microsoft goes, you know what? I'm buying you. I got your cow and the fucking farm. This whole land is mine. All you and the cow are working for me. And that is something we should champion. That is something that's good for gamers that we're going to celebrate. That's what these clowns, these media Mongols, the 3 C's in the chat. That's what they're saying. So then Sony comes back for the milk, and now Phil Spencer is under the others sucking the tit of the milk of the cow. They go, who the fuck this? And Phil can't get his mouth straight. He got started on Satya there with the fucking milk and the tit coming in his mouth.
He's like, doing with our content, with our
they're like, who these guys drinking my milk? They're like, we own the farm. We own this cow. We own the farmer that's sitting right over there filming Satya stuttering his ass off. and you don't get milk anymore. And Sony shouldn't be upset. They shouldn't have anything. Oh, well, that's fine. You own the cow and the farm. I'm out here. I guess I won't get milk. And because Sony comes back and going, you know what? There's actually the boss that says, hey, wait a second. Maybe Microsoft, you can't buy the farm right now. What about Sony getting their milk? Well, the Sony was getting the milk for a month earlier. Well, why didn't you outbid them and try to get the milk earlier? Why did you buy the cow and the farm? Oh, I didn't know it. Sati, explain.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our our cloud.
No, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Wait a second. Maybe you can't buy the farm. How's Sony supposed to get their milk? But Sony comes in and going, this is a bullshit. How am I supposed to get milk now? You own the farm. And the cow. And these clowns, circus of the 3 C's, are like, Sony shouldn't say anything. Just let them buy it up. It's okay. Yoo-hoo! It's competition, bitch. How's it competition? Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo. All those IP are under Microsoft's roof. If anybody wants to make any one of those games, they got to go through Microsoft. If anybody wants to put those games potentially in a service, who knows? Activision sounds real strong. Oh, we're not putting games in service. They will grab assing, man. Think about it. Another point with this 10-year negotiation thing, right? Another thing. With all this Me Too thing going on, and you saw how big executives got kicked out of positions real quick when there's sexual allegations going on. You saw presidents of companies resigning because somebody said about the Me Too movement and things going on like that, right? Isn't it disgusting that all this legality shit and the stuff that they let go on over at Activision Blizzard, whatever the hell they're doing, and Kodak knew about it, that son of a bitch is still employed to this day at Activision, collecting money and waiting for a payday from this deal. Think about, if Microsoft never even decided to buy Activision, Kodak would have been out before last fucking New Year's. He would have been gone. His ass would have been gone before the tree lit on Christmas Day. He would have been gone of allowing that stuff. But because Microsoft came in with a distraction to buy them, they gave him a holding pattern. They made him now sit there and wait. And this deal might not get approved till April or May of next year. And his dirty ass will still be there. Tell me how that's good. Tell me how that's something to celebrate. This has been a distraction and a waste of time for all of us. And with all this stuff, it's been entertainment because we've seen how irrelevant Microsoft really is. It's a PR nightmare for them. And they're willing to sell their soul to the devil in order to get this deal done. They're willing to let it all out saying we suck. We're irrelevant. Satya stutters. We don't know what the hell's going on. We're not going to be big in Game Pass. Nobody cares about cloud. Nobody wants Call of Duty. Waste of time. But right? He's still there. They're going all in. But think about it. With all that stuff going on, by those accusations and all that stuff and the legality, Kodak would have been out by the end of last year. They wouldn't have kept him around. They would have fired him immediately. But because of this deal, that put a freeze on everything. And now he stays there. But these clowns say, go after Sony. Go get them. Go buy their studio so they can't get any games. What? True Woody with the 2. He goes, 360 had bangers, yet Xboxes say Xbox is back. Yep. Oh, man, you just said the sentence that grinds my gears. They tell me it's better now. Are you kidding me? Game Night 123, the 10, he goes, he's failing to realize that it's much harder for Microsoft to buy studios. Not only will they have to go through 2 separate trials, but at any point it could get shut down by one of the top ministers. Yeah. I don't care about the legality of the whole thing. It's the fact is like, if it doesn't go through, they're blaming Sony for it and not thinking about why didn't Microsoft think that this was going to be okay? And how is this even good for us? Microsoft's not out here going, guys, we plan to bring Crash Bandicoot back like as soon as this deal goes through. We're going to make a sequel that everybody wanted. We're going to remaster some Call of Duties, the first Call of Duty. Like, think about, like, if they could say, hey, we're going to bring back this. We want to do this. Like, exciting to be like, hey, maybe this will amount to some new games or something like that. Instead, it's what? To get old Call of Duty games on Game Pass? And then put Call of Duty in Game Pass 10 years from now? Like, that's what this is about? You just bought ZeniMax. ZeniMax has all these studios that they got. And all we have is announced Redfall and Starfield. We knew Starfield before the Bethesda deal. Where are all the other games? Where are they? Where's Compulsion? State of Decay 3. The list goes on and on and on. You've been in all the shows. No updates. But it's okay, though. Sony bad. Microsoft good for not bringing games. Like, come on. And 10 years of Philness, you're going to sign it. Halo will be ready by then. Halo Infinite. Elder Scrolls 6 may be small. What? Dude, this legal stuff is horrible. Like, they are just insane. It's a PR nightmare. And again, now they're saying because of this deal, people are speculating they might not go to the thing, like to the Game Awards. Look at this. Tim Dog saying, Outer Worlds 2 has been in active development since 2019. Take with a grain of salt. I can't verify, but the amount of stuff coming is crazy. 2021 was supposed to be a light year. This is what he said almost a year ago today, November 24th, 2021. This is what you were seeing. Outer Worlds 2, they didn't even mention its existence at their showcases or news at all this year about Outer Worlds 2. Nothing. Nada. Same with Avowed. Nothing. Nada. Same with Fable. Nothing. Nada. But this is what he tweeted a year ago.
Now, whatever your name is,
what are we doing?
get ready for the big surprise.
Is this lies? Is it true? And here's the followers. I still think they need one more big game for 2022. Starfield can be at Halo's level. Redfall looks great. Would love to see one more big game or a couple of small ones to pad out the year. Early 2022. Especially could use a boost. This person right here should be livid. Let's see what their tweets are. Sony using throwaway accounts for social media marketing. It is what it is in 2014. Whatever, they feel threatened to ramp up. So this guy is angry at Sony. Oh shit, he's saying the same stuff. If the Activision deal is blocked somehow, what's stopping Microsoft from spreading $500 million a year to make Call of Duty exclusive out of spite? they could foot the exclusive. What the fuck? Exclusive bill. Embarrassment is the riches of gaming right now. All of 2022 delays didn't stop my backlog from suffocating. So I guess he's not angry. I guess he was asking for one more big game in 2022, saying, you know what, Starfield, Redfall, I want more big games. You know, well, I need my background music because these people are just, I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, but you gotta be kidding me. So he's not angry. A year ago, dude, you want what, you know, Tim was talking about Outer Worlds 2. And you're like, wait a second, no, Redfall, we need more than that. Redfall, Starfield, oh, no, we need another big game for 2022. We need a big game. So I should click on his name and see that he's angry for there's 0 games this year, right? Oh, no. I talk about the Activision deal and they should buy it out of spite. And my backlog is wonderful. Woohoo! He's angry at Sony. Hyping up Cobra. Are these real people? Are these real people? Please. He was asking for one more big game in addition to Redfall and Starfield. And he's here hyping it. He's not. I don't see it. Nope. Make it make sense. I guess that's why he has 300 followers. But he's asking for big games. A year ago, when he had 2 bigs, like, we need more big games. But he's happy now. Amazing. They're cheerleaders on gamers, Josh. I know. How? Oh, well, those are not enough. We need some more big games for 2022. Well, the big games didn't come. Where are your tweets going, hey, this is ridiculous? No, instead, it's all just cap some more. It's all cap. It's like, oh, no, this is great. My backlog's great. Hey, you know, Sony's bad for the deal. Like, my backlog's been great. We don't need any games. Dude, you said we needed more games than what you knew about a year ago. This is what grinds my gears. And that person goes saying, we're great now. This is great. What do you mean it's great? No sense. But Grind, it's been a hell of a show. The return of J-Dub. So happy to have him. He was driving the whole show. I want to thank J-Dub for coming on. Thank you, Link, for coming on. Ghost, thank you for jumping in. Did I get all the super chat? Thank you, Hoodrich, for subscribing. Welcome, guys. Hit that like button. Share it out. I don't know what's going to happen. Do I think the deal's going to go through? Honestly, I think it's going to go through. I think there's going to be concessions. I think they're going to be the whole, 10 years or whatever the hell it's going to be. And I think the thing is that when this deal does go through, you're going to see old Call of Duty games go into Game Pass. And you're going to be like, all that for a little bit of blood. All that talk, all that stuff for what? For what? And know what's crazy is that while all this is going on, Sony's doing incredible in the fact that they are just making Microsoft have to jump through hoops and come up with concessions while they are still releasing God of War, Horizon, Forspoken, PSVR. Sony is like, they got like, their front line is just clowning with them. Microsoft's the one in hiatus. They're the ones, games getting delayed, content not coming out for Halo, partnering with third-party devs for their games in development for 4 years. Microsoft's the one that's flapping like a fish out of water. They're the ones that are just all over the place. Sony's just poking them a little bit. While they're poking them, Sony's still coming out with stuff. If Sony stopped releasing stuff because of this deal, I would be really pissed. But Sony's still dropping everything they need to drop, making gaming great. Microsoft's the one that's struggling, and they're the ones that got to jump through hoops for this thing. If it goes through, it goes through. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But man, as I said before, the longer this deal goes on, the more and more dirt you're going to find out. So Microsoft said that Sony has better exclusives that they do. Microsoft's making
You just made the list.
Irrelevant. You know? And I did it. That's right, Toolman. Thank you. Being a member for 10 months, and the Toolman's going to get it. He's going to get the song. 3 hours, yep. The Grindhouse, you knew I had it. Achieved. 3-hour podcast, man. Well, we had a big show. I think we got into everything that we need to talk about, man. It was crazy. And, those people should be ashamed of themselves for some of those tweets that they made about just being vindictive and stuff. But, Toolman, this one's for you. Thank you again for being a member for 10 months.
Oh, and second up too. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are like a Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skyrash 2, Ground, Truman 2. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, the Ascent, and more.
That's right. They're all on Game Pass. Oh, man. But anyway, it is an incredible show. I want to thank everybody for their support, all their chats in there, hanging out with the Grinders, welcoming J-Dub back to the Grindhouse after his hiatus. He came back and nothing has changed, and it got worse. And I want to thank everybody for coming through. Hope maybe I'll try to get a show later this week. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't know if anything's going to go down on here, but I tell you, it is just, I got to finish some games here. It's not, I know people are going crazy with that, the ball warmers that they just came out with, but it's comical. It's comical. But I tell you, oh my God, what the? I don't know. But anyway, thank you again, Fernando. Yes, Fernando. But yes, Game Pass song. And you know what? The best thing that I say came out of the dirty ass Gordon Ramsay, Jim Ryan, is just, where is it, Jim Ryan? I got you right here. Where are you, Jim Ryan? Oh, somebody wanted to hear this.
I don't play this game.
Where is that Vin Diesel Arc 2 game?
I don't play this game.
Maybe it'll be at the Game Awards? Vin, what do you think?
I don't play this game.
Yeah, exclusive Vin Diesel interview. Again, he's still saying the same shit he said a couple of months ago. Vin, do you think we'll see Arc 2 at the Game Awards?
I don't play this game.
All right. Vin Diesel says no. Vin Diesel says no. But anyway, everybody, I can't find him, Jim Ryan here. Well, you know what he said. I can't find it. I don't know where he is.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Good night, everybody.
Activate.
We're out of here. Good night, Grinders. I'll be back next week. And also, maybe do Games Bite, or whatever it is later on this week. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Hit that subscribe button, share it out. Thank you again for your support. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming back. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are like a Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skymatch 2, Ground, Shroom, and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
Found it.